All right, we're here. Let's watch.
Let's watch that dwindle.
Watch
All
the
right.
door.
We're good?
Good.
Yeah, we good.
Oh, hello and welcome to Midlevel Crisis presents Hangman's Oracle, the only show where you can watch Eddie dab like it's still 2016.
Is it not 2016?
We are. It's not. He's been in a coma.
jeez.
We are
Yes.
a actual play live stream. We play every other Sunday at 3 o'clock Pacific time or 6 o'clock. Eastern. Is that what it's called?
Something.
Yeah, you got there.
Yeah, nice. It feels wrong because we're the Pacific. I want to say Atlantic time, but it's not the thing. Other than that, before we get started, I just want to say a huge shout out to Session Zero Clothing. They are a tabletop gaming inspired clothing company. Looks like Ryan's the only one rocking it right now. You can pick up this new Dice Goblin tee, baseball tee, as well as a couple other cool. Oh, there we go. Look at you guys.
Product
Just hiding
placement.
your shame. Just wearing the low key ones.
Trying to get personally sponsored. Get that hook up.
Yeah,
Personally
don't worry.
sponsored.
I know the guy who runs it. He's so you can check them out. You can use the coupon code Crisis to get 10% off your whole order. Check out the new spring line. I think he has other stuff coming up. I don't know if we're talking about that yet.
Oh, it's in the works. We're working on it.
Is your mic working? I just got to make sure before.
Yeah. Looks like I got some volume here. Looks like we're
Hell
doing
yeah.
some things.
Speaking of merch, wow, what's that? Thanks for asking. That's Band of Badgers. They're another D&D group. They stream a lot more often than we do. You can catch them multiple days a week, playing all sorts of different tabletop games. They're running quite a few right now. You can check them out on Twitch and on YouTube. They're also doing a lot of features all the time, forever. If you have some content you would like to help promote, you can talk to Dave from Band of Badgers about featuring on their channel and kind of talking about your projects. And we'll post the links to those below. Lastly, we have the Initiative Order, which is a Discord community focused around D&D, making different games every month. They host games, and it's a really active group. Check them out. Lots of great information, lots of fun to be had there. And without further ado, we'll get back into our session here. We have just left our heroes with the small trio of dwarves that are traveling with them to help battle whatever awaits them back in Thalen's Hearth. As they just encountered their friends, the young and naive Penn carrying the ever confusing Soup Bones, a man who is cursed to have his bones congeal into a jelly-like form into a pile where he can only form back into a human for 50 minutes a day, just long enough to get himself shelter and food, and then go back into a soupy form. As they've just found out that a woman they had trusted by the name of the Curator turns out to be the mysterious Dante. So the five of you are just entering the glade in the midst of the forest, and Penn and Soup Bones, exhausted at your feet, had just revealed this shocking turn of events. How do you guys react?
So the curator's name is Dante.
Yeah.
Does that mean anything to anybody?
Yeah, does that mean that like the curator is a good guy, right? Like them being Dante doesn't make him a bad guy, right? Right.
I think we talked that there is no good and bad. There is the right side and wrong side depending on where you're standing.
Like I said, they're not making him a bad guy, right?
So, are you, Kyle, is that a legitimate question you're wondering?
That's a
if
legitimate
anyone
thing
here would,
Aloysius says.
Okay, so if anybody wants to make a maybe a religion check.
And many of us are real good at that, you want to bet.
Not your cleric, that's for sure.
Our cleric, I think you mean our rogue.
Yeah, exactly.
Where's
Zephyrin,
cleric to
you
ever
can
exist?
open
10.
doors with that hammer better than I've ever seen a lockpicking set. So.
Why did this roll twice? Oh, well, because I hit stealth instead of religion. Because you were talking
because you're
about
a rogue.
rogue.
So really quick, we have to make it known. Right now, we've started up our Eddie Bingo cards. We each. Oh, he did it. He got one. We each have our own variations.
Baseball.
He facepalmed. Everybody
there's
check
a
that
facepalm.
No!
Just so everyone knows the score, we started it as soon as we hit go live, and right now we're all up, I think, five Eddie Bingo things, and we have not even been streaming for 10 minutes tops.
God, no.
I
Wait, what
need
was the
2
one he
more
just
for
did?
bingo.
You just face bombed.
I facepalmed and I said, God damn it, because of course I did.
Anyways,
No self-control.
You can play at home too. I don't know if Ryan has any.
well, I have to figure out how to make it available for everybody, because right now I had to make 6 different ones for just us. I'll figure it out. It's going to be a process.
Is Eddie playing too?
Eddie's got his own, I think.
Not at the
We're
moment.
talking about him like he's not here. But can we do that for the rest of the session?
Yeah.
Oh man, no.
I wish there was a 5th person in the initiative roll, but unfortunately, no
Okay.
longer with us.
10 for religion.
10 for religion. Anybody else? 5.
I refuse.
You refuse?
Yeah, I just nah.
We're just assuming his character's not smart enough to know that.
Yeah, that's it.
But we just turned to the cleric and she's like, I got no idea. So those are the only rolls? Nobody else is making them? Okay, cool. Nobody. Lodius, everyone kind of shakes their head at you. They have no idea kind of what's going on or who Dante is, but they had heard the term Dante's informant and kind of made their own connections with that. They're like, that sounds like a bad guy. So, but you also know after meeting Info that their biggest crime is mostly just being annoying. So.
Well, and eating pieces of people.
That depends on how you feel about the people.
I can't remember. So when we first went to the Glade, we brought who with us? Penn and Soup
Info.
Bones?
No, Penn went back to get
Oh
Soup
yeah,
Bones.
Soup Bones. We left him in a bowl in Soup Bone in Info's house.
In the tree.
So Penn came running to us with who? With Soup Bones?
With Soup Bones.
So he ran all the way back to the tree, got Soup Bones to come find us?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And the curator is Dante. And Info.
And is also the person who turned Soup Bones into Soup Bones.
Right, okay. And so Info is with Dante, who is the curator, who is in the Glade. Got it.
That is
all
correct.
right. Let us party. Let's go kill. Kill.
Oh, kill who?
Who?
So that
Just
just means
whoever's
that the
near you.
curator is going to be really upset if and when we take care of
Salazar
Info.
gets at the thought of murder. Salazar gets aroused.
What the fuck, Ryan?
His little light just like, whoop.
Yeah, it just pops
Oh my
up.
God.
I will never look at that drawing the same again.
Sorry, feeling it. Let's roll. Let's party.
I'm gonna get that commissioned.
Okay, so what should we do? Do we return to the Glade?
I mean,
Soup Bones just pipes up. I tell you what you gotta do. You gotta get her to turn my bones back into bones.
But what if we didn't?
yeah, what's in it
Then
for
my
us?
bones would continue to be soup for a great majority of my entire life. So,
It's kind of cool if you think about it. You're like a jelly man.
okay, then why don't you get the Soup Bones and I get the bones?
Well,
And
I'm going to need my bones to defeat Thalen.
I need my bones to do bone stuff. I just need bones.
Oh, do bone stuff.
You get your bones for like 15 minutes every day.
I would like them for a little bit longer than that if I could.
Maybe we can ask her for 16 minutes if you're nice.
I swear to God, when I turn back erect and upright, I'm gonna strangle the shit out of you.
No, don't make that sound after he says erect and upright.
I suppose when we go to speak with her, it's something we could discuss, but I believe it was a previous issue you had with her that caused her to turn your bones to soup. So, I mean, we might not be able to do anything about that.
But I mean, if you said pretty please or something.
We can say pretty please. I'm willing to try pretty please. But I have a feeling someone who turns your bones to soup isn't going to be like, oh yes, a cherry on top, and like, oh yeah, sure, I'll do it.
I just
You
want to
feel me?
mention, currently the dwarves are looking at Soup Bones with utter horror and back at you guys with concern of the fact that you do not seem at all perplexed by Soup Bones.
Oh God, you guys are here?
Fine.
I'm still here? Oh my God.
They're coming with us.
Right.
Did you ever try just apologizing for whatever it is that you did?
I mean, after someone turns your bones into soup, you kind of, run out of nice things to say to them.
Well, maybe you should think of a nice thing to say and she will forgive you and give you your bones back.
Pen pipes up. He's like, please and thank you.
Yes, exactly. This one knows his manners.
He, puts his shoulders back. This is a proud moment for Pen. All right. So, you have your 3 drawers with you. You have Soup Bones and Pen, Pen getting up and kind of pulling the twigs and whatnot, the debris out of Soup Bones' grotesque lump of a body, just kind of grooming him. And they're just kind of looking at you what are we going to do?
I don't think this needs to come to blood. Maybe we just ask questions?
We have questions this time.
I mean, I'm not entirely
Last time you're just
sure.
I'm confused, and she's like, right?
Somebody get out a notebook. Let's sit down together for about 5 minutes and think of some questions that we can ask. Elodius, do you have something
still
to write
unsure.
on?
Oh, wow, everyone had something. Okay.
I'm still unsure of how the whole Dante situation changes anything. I mean,
Yeah, I don't think
all
it
we
does.
did was learn someone's name and that she has a history with a angry, soupy fellow.
I mean, that's enough for me, but...
Wouldn't you like
Well,
to
yes,
know
but you're the
why?
angry, soupy fellow.
Wouldn't you like to know why she has an informant?
How would she not?
I mean, considering she can't go into the city, I feel like that's part might be pretty clear as to why.
Yeah.
It does seem like a pretty handy thing to have when you live out in the glade.
I mean, honestly, I think we should just go and try to figure out the whole Thalen thing, considering that's why we're here.
We were going back to the glade to recruit reinforcements, right?
Oh, is that I thought we had the reinforcements we needed from the dwarves.
We got the dwarves because we were talking to them about getting their blasting powder back so we can blow up the building if they're in a building.
Right, I remember that.
And they were going to come with us. But I think we were going to the glade to see if anyone there would like to help us in our efforts and also get Pen.
But I thought they couldn't. They specifically couldn't help because of the curse.
No, that's why they won't go into the town. Is because they're scared of the curse. They don't want to. They don't want to get the
Seraph Skull.
the Seraph Skull. Yeah, sorry.
So they didn't get the Seraph Skull.
So they say.
So they say. Okay.
Allegedly.
Alright. Okay, that was a little unsure. Okay, that's fair enough. So yeah, I guess we should go back to the glade, and I mean, while we're there, might as well ask. Pretty please. Won't hurt. I mean,
If you don't mind, honestly.
Maybe we could also track down that dragon. It would be nice to have a friendly companion to burn down the city if we need to.
Have you heard many stories about dragons?
None at all. It just looked like it did a lot of damage.
Oh, they usually do. And they usually don't like people. I have not heard any stories about dragons being friends with people, just about dragons eating people,
I've heard
destroying
of one.
villages,
Well,
ravaging the countryside.
it's a good thing that I am not people and I do not live on countryside.
Neither of
Flawless
those are true.
logic.
We're a people.
Speak for yourself.
You are a fish people.
Well, I feel offended, but I can't argue.
You don't think you're a people?
I don't know anymore.
People just means you're part of society.
Well, we can agree to disagree for the time being.
semantics aside, I guess we should go to the glade.
Yes. We walk 500,000 miles.
Okay, you
Then
are
walk 500,000
nowhere
more.
near the glade anymore. You are incredibly lost. Days, weeks,
Rawr.
months have passed.
We've completely overshot.
Yeah.
Do we
Yeah,
find
we're
the
going to have to
dragon
make
at
some
least?
exhaustion rolls, I guess. So you guys start to walk back into the glade. Pen kind of staggering behind, a little frightened and almost using you guys as a veritable meat shield as the dwarves continue down, hands at their sidearms just in case, as you re-enter the glade. Upon your entrance past the tree line, you see a very different sight from the first time you were here. The curator is standing in the center of their settlement as the furbolgs around them. The children are completely gone at this point. All you see are just a couple dozen furbolgs, like readying armaments and weaponry. Just they look like they are preparing for battle.
Oh, well, this is actually exactly what we were hoping for.
Are we walking right in, or are we kind of just like looking at it before we enter?
This is just what you see from the tree line. You haven't entered yet.
Okay. Are we walking right in, or do we just stay out here and look at it?
I mean, I guess we could just waltz right in. I mean,
Yeah,
I'm not
You
gonna
just
attack
go
us.
right in.
It's not like
Yeah.
we left on weird terms or anything.
We're bringing soup bones with us, though.
I mean,
Pen,
Be
Pen,
fine.
important question. When you left to get soup bones, did you cause a commotion?
Define commotion.
Are they readying their weapons for us?
I mean, they didn't say anything specifically, nor anything at all now that I think about it.
And how did you find out that the curator is Dante?
Well, it was a complicated process. Step one, I was like, I missed Soup Bones. That's you, buddy. And then I went and got him, and then I came back and he was just like, hey, you know what? That's not that what lady who done did this to me. That's not what I sound like. It's kind of what you sound like. And you know what? That's the whole story.
Wait, so how do you know it's Dante? It's...
I mean,
That-
I have. Once someone turns your bones into soup, you kind of remember the name.
Oh, fair enough.
Not a forgettable moment in my life, if I do
Did-
say so myself.
Did you tell us what you did to her to have her do this to you?
I don't know, she was making some kind of concoction. She was not the most quiet of neighbors. She was always blowing stuff up and doing stuff. And then I one day saw her mixing it in a cauldron. I was like, what you making there, soup? And I started making fun of her soup. And then she turned my bones into soup.
well, that's your first mistake right there.
That was
That's what
not
I was
very
saying.
nice.
Hey,
No. She's sensitive
going
about her
forward-
cooking, I guess.
Going forward, you shouldn't be a dick to witches.
Yeah, no, that was actually the first lesson I learned, actually. So.
Well, maybe we go in carefully and prepare yourselves just in case. And someone can prepare a very rousing speech just in case they want to kill us.
Oh, that's me.
Maybe
Oh.
yes.
I'll see what I can do.
And it just kind of turns to the satyr and it's like, you can talk?
But me?
I guess I haven't been paying attention.
We've had conversations.
Like you and me?
Yes.
That maybe.
I was talking to you not 5 minutes ago.
I guess we'll agree to disagree. Seems a
No.
l-
What?
Well, I don't know what to tell you.
I'm gonna go talk to the curator.
We saunter into the glade. Anything to move this forward.
And I do have my hand like on my sword, not pulled out, but I do have it on my sword just in case anything happens.
Okay. Nothing seems to stop. Like, you can almost tell that they're noticing you through their peripherals, but they just kind of continue along their assembly line of like gathering weapons and setting up at the center of their settlement. Nothing, like no stop to see who it is, just continuation of their task.
Well, it looks like you have a lot you're getting ready for. What's the current plan? Oh, we were successful in getting the weapons, by the way.
The curator just kind of like waves her hand, and everybody stops working. They all kind of drop what they're doing, whether or not it was at its location yet or not, and they all just stop and stare at you. And the curator turns to Elodius and says, "What are we readying for?"
Can I do a quick insight check to see if her waving her hand was like a mind control sort of thing?
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. Can I also roll an insight?
Sure.
Hey. Oh, it's a 11.
I gotta ask.
16.
So, Eddie, with you not necessarily grasping whether or not it was mind control, would your character assume that it was or wasn't by not knowing?
No, because based on what he knows as like a soldier, he just assumes that they're all just really loyal.
Yeah. And Ryan, that's essentially what you feel too, like having seen your pack adhere to like your pack leader, the Monfilet, or whatever their name was, sorry. You kind of notice this to be just like an absolute respect for their, what you deem to be their commanding officer.
Got it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and I'll reply to what she says. Is like, well, I mean, I suppose I know what you would be readying before. I just thought it was going to be more left to us. I thought you didn't want to send your people into the city.
You alone cannot take on the army that awaits you, but you alone will need commit the bloodshed.
Yeah, seriously, she says that. Rabute looks kind of like really, like, I guess not stressed, but like really conflicted, I guess would be the best word.
She turns to you, kind of sees the look in your eyes, and just can kind of read what your emotions are, and says, the furbolgs will hinder their forces, but it is up to you to draw blood. Roll perception really quick.
Sure thing.
Just Eddie?
Yeah.
Ah, yes. The natural one.
Oh no.
God's given right.
Through
Why
your
isn't that on the bingo card?
yeah, oh my god, that
It
should be.
should be.
Yeah, no, that was sorely missed. So yeah, Eddie, through your stressed out state, you kind of maybe you have some PTSD from like your previous time at war. This is kind of like drawing a flashback, seeing the army is putting you in a state where you can't necessarily read the room properly. All right. So she just turns back towards the group, just kind of vaguely looking at your direction, everyone within your party, and she looks past each of you to see Penn in the back, wearily holding soup bones, and is like, "Is that where you ran off to?" And just like peers directly at soup bones.
Oh, yes, our friend here was hoping that we could discuss the returning of his bones to the solid state. We believe he's learned his lesson about generally being a dick.
She, without breaking eye contact with soup bones, says, "Not until all of this is over."
Hey, was there more between the situation between you two than what he told us? He said he was mean about something you were making in a cauldron.
She just kind of smirks, and it's like, it had nothing to do with that. Merely an ironic twist.
Perhaps he has not learned his lesson then.
Maybe he hasn't. Or maybe he never understood why he got turned into that.
I'm perfectly fine. It's because she's crazy.
Oh, no, he hasn't learned his
He
lesson.
didn't know. He didn't.
Everyone's just like, oh.
Oh no.
Do you have a bowl we could put him in for the time being?
She just kind of like looks around and is like, you'll find one somewhere. Just get him out of here.
Okay.
All right. So she just turns back, facing the entirety of her settlement again. It's like, and if that's all, she waves her hand again. Everybody just continues gathering like weaponry and supplies as they were before.
I don't suppose you have some approximately satyr-sized armor.
None on us. Everything here is made for the Forbolgs. As you've noticed, they're not exactly close in size.
No, they are very big.
I sent you away to get the things you would need, and I believe our dwarf friends here helped you out sufficiently.
They did. This is a very nice sword. It'll help me do a lot of stabbing. It's been unfortunate in being able to find something that helps me not get stabbed. I guess I'll just have to stab people first.
If you're good enough with a sword, that's all you'll need.
I don't like what's going on in the chat right now.
You don't want to turn Soup Bones into a skin bag of holding?
No, I didn't want you to say that out loud either.
Okay.
So it's fine to if you're walking around a town as a heroic party and people see your little Louis Vuitton at your side and it has facial features, hair, and limbs, nobody's gonna really be like, heroes, embark on this quest. They're gonna be like, yo, leave before someone else gets turned into a skin bag. So
But
He
if it
basically
talks-
looks. He looks like we're carrying around like a skin onesie.
Okay.
he
Yeah.
he looks like basically
Like I'm picturing now like the the Louis Vuitton bag, but like with an arm dangling and kind of like fingers dragging along the grass.
No, I think we would fold him in half so his legs and his arms become like the handles.
Oh, it could be
and it would
like
be
a
like a
backpack.
tote bag.
he looks basically just like somebody deflated a sex toy
There you
and
go.
it's just like in a pile on the ground.
Oh no.
Nice.
So
Oh,
Yeah, I
man.
think fold in half would be the way to go to turn him into a bag.
yeah, and then just sew either end together.
Romper. Nice.
Yeah,
No, we'll
like
just
so-
get little
like a
clamps
skin
so that he
romper
can
or
like,
onesie.
yeah.
Yeah.
Salazar looks longingly at Soup Bones.
Oh my god.
Flashback to when Zephyrin suggested Info use him as a blanket.
So
No one's respecting Soup Bones. Light.
you are amassing to face an army, but who exactly are your targets? We do not believe that they possess an army, a full-size one. Maybe just 20, 30, 40, maybe even 50.
Getting warmer, she says.
Oh.
I mean, they might have roused a militia by now. It's a town.
You've been gone
thousands,
for
right?
days. The Thalen's Hearth you knew is not as it once was.
Does anybody have a calendar? Is this true? Have we been gone for that long?
Technically,
We've been
it's
gone
been
for
about
at least
3
one
months.
day.
Because you guys spent your time going to see the curator. You slept there. You spent time going to Lawnfair Mine, where you slept there as well, and then you came back here. The last time you were there was the fire.
It's been like at least 3 days.
Yeah.
Maybe we
That's a
just
very
With the
long
right
time.
forward-thinking attitude, you could amass an oppressive militia in that time. So,
Well, we
Forward
do not
thinking
want to
attitude.
take the lives of civilians. Maybe
That's
if
true.
we can just take down the head of this particular Hydra and then the body of it, we don't.
unfortunate
need to
for you,
worry
those
about-
civilians do not feel the same. They will not share your empathy.
Don't care.
I also don't think that's how you kill a Hydra.
Hmm.
You see, you kill a Hydra by removing so many heads that there's too much blood running to the heads that it can't maintain its body functions.
I mean,
thought
the
you were
point
supposed
I
is...
think there's a pill for that.
What? No, the point is that even if they don't share the sentiment, we shouldn't be just as bad as them. We should try to spare as many people as we can.
We should be
regardless of their
better
feelings
and
of
lead
us.
by example. Yes.
Exactly.
She's like, we are not spilling any blood. That is up to you.
What exactly, how do you want us to spill blood exactly? Like, elaborate.
I mean, we just got all these weapons. I think that's what she means.
I'm
No,
gonna
I know,
bomb the
but-
people on the head.
I mean, like who? Like who exactly do you want us to take out?
Whoever you must to stop the return of Thalen.
So
Whoever's stopping us from getting to the heart. Great.
So let us just say that we all go back together like a large band of merry fearbolgs and us adventurers, two of which are Kadaj. Then arrive back.
Wait, what do you look like currently, Zephyrin? We need
I
to.
still look like Kadaj.
I should have got that art commission and just had like Kadaj in a hat. Or we can someone.
Like the Spider-Man meme where they're both pointing at each other.
Man.
No, I think the only appropriate
With
thing
2
is
weeks-
just to take the artwork of Kadaj and use like paint to add a
A little cowboy hat?
little hat to it. Is it a
Even though it
cowboy
looks-
hat?
No, it's a
like a-
feathered cap like
Yeah.
Robin Hood Fox.
But also to be swinging the bow like a hammer.
Yeah.
Like a
That's
faint outline
important.
that might look like a hammer.
And now
Yeah.
that Kadaj can use his bow as an improvised weapon without breaking the bow, he can now swing it as well to really confuse the. But both of you swing it around violently.
Yeah, if they want to gamble on which one they get hit by is going to feel any better.
Yeah.
It's like mirror image. Assume we all head back together, and we just kill the first guard that raises a bow at us. Is that what you would consider bloodshed? Is that when your forces shall attack the civilians in Thalen's Hearth?
So you can gather from what she's been saying that her plan is to have the Furbolgs hinder their army, to slow them down, make them unable to attack. Essentially, she doesn't want them to go there to kill. She wants them to disarm and incapacitate anybody who is a threat to you guys.
They're a distraction.
So they can go in maybe at night while they're asleep and tie their shoelaces together, hide their
So have you
underwear.
ever been in a battle ever even one time?
Oh yes, many times against the sharks and the squid.
The
Did
sharks
you
and
tie their
shoes.
Yeah, would you tie their shoes? Is that an answer to you?
We don't wear shoes. That's a silly question.
It is, isn't it? Just like this entire conversation. We're not going in there and, whatever. I'm not going to start.
We don't know anything about their forces. I believe that's what we've gathered. We don't even know if Faye is the one who's in charge. We've just sort of assumed.
Look, in my experience, night's the time they're expecting us, no matter what.
So maybe we just get on with it then?
I guess. I mean, I assume that the Furbolgs are just a distraction, and we just go and sneak on into the village and then find the heart and destroy it, and then we're good.
Curator, or Dante, or whatever it is that you like to be called.
She just kind of perks up as soon as you call her Dante, and again glares back towards the end of your party to find Penn kind of searching around for a suitable container to put soup bones in.
Can I do an
And-
insight check on that to see if that's what her actual name is, or if that's just what he called her?
Go for it.
I don't really know that I would be able to gather that, but
Yeah, but what you would figure, I suppose, what you know as your truth.
it was a 2, so doesn't matter.
So you got nothing. But she kind of perks up and stares over to Soup Bones. Her glare is misleading, as it looks both obviously angry, but also very much almost amused. And then just replying to you without breaking eye contact from Soup Bones. It just says yes.
I don't remember what I asked.
You just said curator or Dante or whatever you like to be called.
I don't remember what I was going to ask.
Oh no.
All right.
Rookie mistake.
Distracted. Okay, well, while Ryan thinks on that, I think Zephyr's gonna go over and attempt to help Penn, but like by tying Soup Bones like a backpack to him, so like he can just carry him around with him.
Hell yeah, I love this.
So like picture arms draped over Penn's shoulder and
then
like his
legs.
underarms, and then the arms and legs are tied together like backpack straps.
He's complaining the whole time. He's just like, I'm not a freak out because that's a sensitive area. I'm not a balloon animal. You can't just, hey, what do you? And then Penn is just kind of like looking around like, yeah.
Do you know of any other tunnel entrances into the city?
One more thing. Penn just kind of like turns towards you. He's like,
This is the closest thing I've ever had to a hug.
sorry, go on, Ryan.
That
I
was
think
sad.
Zephyr gives him a hug.
But then you get your hands all stuck in Soup Bones.
Yeah, she's like a little bit weird about it. It's also a little strange because it's Kadaj giving Penn a hug.
Yeah. It's not the most huggable looking face.
No.
What was your question, Ryan, before I had to interrupt with sadness? Take the hair off the emo kid. You
I
can't
was asking if there was any other tunnel entrances into the city.
I forgot his name for a second. Cradle pipes up. He's like, nope, the only one we made was into the city was that one.
Was what one?
The one to the Trog.
How do you know about that one, dwarf?
Because we made the tunnels.
Nice.
He just said he made it.
All the other ones go south real deep.
How deep south?
Well, not deep enough yet, but we're working on it. And that's when the curator pipes him and says, that's enough, dwarf.
Well, that's kind of rude. I mean, the dwarf is here to help us.
The dwarf is here to help me.
With what?
She just kind of turns back to oversee her army, kind of like gather up all their supplies. You can kind of tell that they're nearing an end. There's almost 2 weapons for every furbolg you see. There's packs being laid out and like all sorts of just people getting ready for battle. We have our own means. We have our own desires. And they all start with Thalen being stopped.
With a minimum amount of casualties, yes?
At any means necessary.
I don't like the sound of that.
I disagree.
Look, just do just do like a really basic formation. Just go in, like, get really close, then back up, let them chase you, rinse, repeat.
Yeah, it's basics. Everyone knows
Yes.
that.
Yeah.
Yes,
I
well,
believe
that
that was in Tactician's Training Guide.
Yeah.
War Tactics for Dummies, was that the one?
Easy
Rute, I
basic.
believe they established well that the furbolgs weren't going to be the ones killing people.
They better not.
Yes, that is
They
exactly
said
what
that
they
a few
told us.
times. That's
I
our
know.
job.
That's
I know.
their whole plan.
Good. Yeah. Yep. I'm
They're
just
the
glad
ones
they.
who are going to be killing people.
And that's okay. All right. So, like, what exactly do you want us to do? Do you want us to just like go with you and then like try to get in from when you guys attack, or like just go through like a different entrance? Like, what's the plan?
Furbolgs will enter first, and then you follow behind when they have sufficiently taken the eyes off of you as the target. You cannot walk in freely, as they'll know you as the ones who burnt down the tavern.
But yes, a couple of us can disguise ourselves.
But the rest of you, surely you wouldn't send these 2 in alone.
That's our last plan. Last thing we want.
That was the last plan. We've
Yeah.
since changed it.
Plan Z.
So you can tell that the furbolgs now are kind of finishing up. They're all getting ready. They're starting to don themselves with their weaponry, and everything seems to be in place. Nobody really seems to be taking the lead. They're all kind of working in tandem. There's no distinct leader amongst them. And yeah, what do you guys do for now? You guys have any more questions for the curator?
Is there a place that we can go to prepare ourselves?
That was the whole point of the swords, like, or the weapons or whatever.
I mean, like, basically, I'm asking her if there's anywhere in the glade where we can kind of have privacy.
There was that house we slept in.
Yeah, she just take hold in the guest house, the one you slept in before. Make haste. We leave shortly.
Okay. I head there.
Okay. The dwarves kind of close in with the curator and just turn to you and like, go ahead without us.
Okay.
And they start speaking with her in a hushed tone as you guys make your way into the guest house. Penn just kind of like looks up over and makes eye contact with Zephyr and like, do you want me to come too? And then he's just like, just kind of like holds onto him like it's a onto Supons like it's a backpack, and runs on up to you. Follows you into the home. You close the door behind you, and now the five of you plus Supons and Penn are all in this secluded house.
Okay, I've read some stories growing up. Everybody fan out and check for bugs.
What?
Like spiders?
Bugs.
Like the ones that they would plant to listen.
You can plant bugs too?
Yes.
Oh, you mean with like an animal messenger spell? They enchant the animal, and then they use it to bring the information of what they hear. They use it
Oh,
on
I heard
an
of that
insect.
one.
This is a smart one.
Yes. Let's check the room and make sure there's no listening device.
Okay. Do we roll
Zephyrin's still
investigation?
looking for insects.
Yeah.
Damn it.
So whomever is looking, roll investigation.
I got my investigation -1. That's not gonna be good.
Oh my god, it was almost a crit. It slid over to a 14.
16.
9.
That'll be a 12.
I got a 15. We're
Okay.
looking for bugs.
What we find with our good eyes.
So with your good eyes. So each of you are like looking around. Zephyrin,
How many ants do we find?
Zephyrin finds a large beetle and exclaims loudly once she's found it.
I found one.
Kill it.
Oh, yeah. Wait. How do we know if it's been enchanted or not?
Can you speak to it?
I cannot speak bug.
Hello.
She's like,
It just looks at you beetly and just continues to beetle.
Can I do an Arcana check to see if I can recognize magic on this beetle?
Yes.
You know how to detect magic?
Got a 6. I actually might have detect magic. I should check that.
Oh, actually,
I don't have
Rabute
detect
continues to kind of like look around
Damn.
while everyone else is kind of inquisitive towards this small insect.
I cast detect magic.
How did what?
What?
What? You're a fighter, right?
I'm an Eldritch Knight.
Multi-blast.
Okay.
Oh, you are Eldritch Knight. That's
Oh,
true.
okay. Elder Knight, never mind.
So as we're looking around, we started thinking about the magical nature of what this would entail. Oh, look at a little critter.
stop in.
So I do actually
It
cast
looked
detect
real
magic.
for a second. I was like, there's no magic on the beetle. It's
What-
just a beetle.
What about in the room itself?
There's a wardrobe that Eddie is standing in front, or Rabute is standing in front of, and it starts to have a magical presence.
Okay. And I learn any school of magic that it has.
Oh god, what is the one that starts with an N?
Necromancy?
Necromancy. Necrotic. That was the word I was thinking.
It's a necrotic wardrobe?
Something within it.
Kill that wardrobe. Please destroy that dresser.
I'll look at Sal like, what?
I can sense that there's some sort of necromancy within it.
Is it necromancy?
So we're gonna go back a little bit to Eddie's 16 for investigation. Let's backtrack to there. You're gonna open up the wardrobe to see a very startled info inside.
I close it.
Good answer.
Thanks.
So,
Info. Why are you in the closet?
and also, why
I'm
do you
not-
have necromantic energy?
I think all the energy between us is romantic of some kind.
No, necromantic, you
None.
fool.
Whatever kind of
Necromancy.
romance it is.
Info, I do not believe that we can trust you anymore. I'm going to ask you to leave.
I mean, I get why you would say that in this particular situation, but
I draw my sword.
Soup Bones is just like, yeah, get him.
No, I still want to find out why he was in the closet.
Kadash is very excited about the fact that someone
There's
else is
one-
taking initiative.
There's one happy Kadash and one Kadash that's just like.
Salazar has
scavenging through my arrows to find the one that I scratched his name into.
So the wardrobe is closed, so you're having this conversation with.
Oh, I forgot,
like,
I forgot he closed it. I open the wardrobe with my sword drawn, and I say, I will not ask again.
He's like, don't worry about it. And then just closes it again in front of you. You don't have to ask. I'm not gonna.
I'm gonna kill this man. I am.
Salazar, we don't want to start a fight with the conductor.
Curator?
Curator.
With the curator.
Not dating the conductor of the murder train.
We don't want to start a fight with the curator when she is currently gathering an army.
Not with the curator, just with that rat bastard that helps her out sometimes.
She won't know
Yes,
he's
but
the only witness.
Oh,
Penn won't tell anybody, and Soup Bones will be thrilled.
I will
You kill
not.
him, you keep him in the closet, we leave.
I have a distinct feeling someone might find out.
I will not
Nah.
speak on this matter while this creature is in this hut.
Hey, can we find out why he's in here, though?
Yes. Make haste. I have a plan.
This is a gift
info.
for some of the gods that you're all being mistaken by.
So, info, why are you here? Say it before Salazar stabs you to death.
Why am I in the closet? No, it seems like the comfiest place to be. The beds are a little soft for my taste. Used to a tree, you know.
Were you were just sleeping here because it reminds you of the tree?
Yeah, my tree, by the way. That's my tree.
And share the tree.
Inside check.
Nice.
I hate you both.
What insight check on that, actually?
3.
Oh, I got a 6.
I
So
got
you
a
both
7.
find that this seems like something he would do. Generally, you wouldn't believe someone that said this, but just because it's info and he's relatively unhinged, you don't. You're not surprised to hear this.
It checks out.
Info, we have been granted privacy, and I no longer trust you.
Oh, yeah, by all means, do your thing.
Please
Pretend I'm not
leave.
even here.
We would actually like you to leave the building.
I mean, as an informant, I gotta kind of, get info somehow. So,
Okay,
Exactly.
get info from other people. We don't need you getting it from us.
Info.
but I mean,
If you just take this beetle outside, it will hear everything we're saying, and then you can have the info.
roll deception.
And also, maybe if you eat it, you will gain.
If I eat it, I'll get its powers of information.
So
Jesus,
bad.
Salazar, you're brilliant.
That is an 8.
There it is.
So,
But Zephyr kind of believes it, so I don't know.
So
to be
that's-
fair,
that's persuasion.
maybe persuasion. I know I just said deception, but if you honestly believe it, just to not to railroad that in, but yeah.
Okay, let's see. That might be a little bit better. No, it's also an 8.
Balanced as all things should
Very
be.
balanced.
So-
The dice gods have spoken.
So he goes, to take it from you, and then he goes, "Wait a second, beetles can't talk. Only
Wait, you
piles
can't
of
talk?
soup and satyrs can talk."
Wait, you can't talk to beetles?
He feels a little bit of shame. What can you?
Can't everyone?
Roll deception.
Technically, he's not lying because anybody could talk to it.
Fuck at it.
That is a 16.
He
Better
just,
than an 8.
his pride, his ego well up, and he's just like, obviously you guys haven't gotten my dry Thalen's witticisms, so of course I can talk to beetles if everyone can talk to beetles. I'll be outside discussing this with my friend here. And he just picks it up. He's like, "Let's go, buddy," and walks outside with the beetle.
Okay, the second he gets out of like talking range or whatever, I'll turn to Sal. It's like, what? So what did you want to talk about?
Now, can we
Is
trust?
there a chair or anything that I can use to bar the door so he can't get back inside?
For some
yeah,
reason, you saying,
just-
"Is there a chair?" I ignored the rest of your sentence and immediately thought of you taking the chair and turning it around and sitting down on it like a cool teacher.
Turning the hat of disguise on backwards. Just,
Yes, Fred Durst style.
Shut up.
Oh, is it a red baseball cap now? Okay,
No,
we can go
it's
with
not.
this.
Yes, it
We can
is.
get rid of this.
There it is.
Before you start talking, as soon as info leaves, Zephyr looks at Elodius and goes,
Wait, can we all talk to beetles?
No.
Oh,
I literally said I couldn't talk to beetles like a minute ago.
so confused.
So
Also,
before
I do want everyone to know I rolled a natural 1 for deception. Elegant bards are fantastic.
yeah. So before we speak more, can we trust Pen and Soup Bones?
Soup Bones is like, I mean, my bones are made of soup. What else do I gotta lose?
Your
Worst comes
tree.
to worst, he's easy to kill.
Pen just kind of like grasps him tighter.
No, only worst case scenario, Pen.
Oh,
Now,
okay.
So
here's the thing on my opinion of trusting Soup Bones and Pen. Soup Bones will probably yell what we have to say if he feels like it would make someone mad in a moment. Pen would say it just because he's an idiot. So, I mean,
Pen's just like,
He's got a point.
I unbar the door and open it and just point.
so you open the door and you see Info standing with his ear up against it.
Oh my god.
I thought you were supposed to be talking to a beetle.
I mean, it's easier to just do this.
I just, ignoring info, I just look at Pen and Soup Bones and just say, out.
He just kind of like shrugs his shoulders, like, "Come on, buddy," and they start making their way out. Just kind of like,
please keep Info distracted and take him with you.
"Please, God, don't make me do that."
Just go and have a good time with one another. Just do not let anyone near this hut.
You understand that that's an oxymoron, right? Good times and this bastard.
Yes.
Better you than us.
Enjoy.
Bye-bye.
So they start walking away. You can kind of hear vaguely in the distance Pen and Info arguing about like, "Come on, now I gotta hear what's going on," and they're just kind of
Slam the door shut, door or chair back up against it.
I just had the best imagery, like the backpacks for kids where like you put the kid in the backpack. What if we put in
Like the baby Bjorn?
between Soup Bones and Pen and he got like
like a jolly jumper. Like another...
yeah.
Oh, we could have stretched Soup Bones out against the wall like padding, like
It's,
noise canceling skin.
Noise canceling skin foam.
Also, just a note, Detect Magic lasts for 10 minutes, so for the next 8 or so minutes, I'm going to be kind of like watching the door, so I should be able to see if he gets close to the door again.
Okay, the aura and the sound of stupidity fades.
All right.
So you
So, I have an idea.
What's that?
I do not like the way that these Fearbolg and this curator are planning to do business, and she seems Like she does not care much for the dwarves. It seems as though she has her own agenda. We can still use that to our advantage, though.
How so?
If we head back to the town and we sneak out now, we can have one of these shapeshifters go to the guards and alert them and say that there is going to be an attack coming from the forest in the form of firbolgs.
What would that accomplish?
It will prepare their forces on the one side of the city, and then we can sneak around to the other side and should hopefully be able to get there before any blood is drawn on either side.
So it sounds like the Firbolg army is going to be doing that for us, though. It's just they're not going to be killing. Like, they're going there to draw that attention there so we can go in from a different angle. That's literally the point of that.
Yes,
I mean, that's what
I
the curator
understand
said.
that,
I honestly
but
don't. I'm not sure the curator was being truthful about it. Honestly,
that is
if they
how
just
I
start
feel.
killing, if they just start killing out of nowhere, we're gonna have a serious problem.
I mean, I've
Do
known
Firbolgs
many
really-
Firbolg in my life. They are not ones for violence.
But they seem to be very attentive to the curator's wishes. When she commanded their presence, everyone had stopped in the same moment. It seemed very militant. I'm sure if she said, "You need to defend yourselves," and it came to clashing swords, then they will do just that.
Look, I've only seen one other person have that kind of a power over their men, and it was not pretty.
I thought good control over your units was something people admired. Like,
Well, I guess it is, but not like that.
Not in the face of war. They are preparing for war against an army. And that was her words.
I don't see why we don't trust her, honestly. She hasn't done anything to lead us astray yet.
Well, I mean, the fact that she's Dante and we didn't know about it the entire time, that's a little suspicious.
That is a name that still means nothing to me.
It could mean something.
I guess I just don't see what everyone's worried about at the moment.
Yeah, I'm with Elodius on this. I really, like, in knowing that that's where Info is bringing everything that he's learning, like, cool. Like, that doesn't really change what we're trying to do. It just provides more clarity to the situation.
It actually explains why info knew about the body bins and stuff.
Right.
And why he'd been willing to help us.
I'm just afraid if civilians get hurt. That's my only concern.
Me too.
Well, she said they don't intend to harm the civilians. I believe her.
I think they're more likely to get hurt staying with the Seraph's call.
Well, that's true. That's why we have to hurry and do this. But if she doesn't keep her word and starts slaughtering everyone, what do you do then?
I feel like if she wanted to go and slaughter everyone, she could have done it at any moment.
Yeah, with how quickly she's organized these four Firbolgs against this, like, she could have done that whenever, with or without us.
I guess
And it
that's
would have been
fair.
a better opportunity for her to do so before before Thalen started to organize this militia.
I mean, I guess our best bet is to put our faith in her. But I'm just a little worried, is all. So
I am also worried of this, but the pack has spoken, and 3 out of 5 of us believe we should trust her, so I will not argue the matter anymore.
Did we agree on democracy? I just want to clarify.
Have we ever?
I don't know as a group, but I know, like, Sal at least has kind of made that known that it's kind of, whatever the group as a whole decides.
think it's
For
the most
him,
fair
at
way to
least.
go
I
about
mean,
things.
however you guys want to do things is up to you, obviously. But I think once 3 out of 5 is in agreement, and I'm not going to fight it anymore. I will not take the reins and lead you astray. Being said, does anybody here have any sort of, for lack of a better word, military experience? Do you know of any leadership skills?
yes, I don't know why. What
Probably
you-
Zephyrin out of the most out of all of us, right?
In my
know,
tiny little hunting parties? Yes, totally.
I myself lived in a very peaceful glade without any violence, but I did read a lot of books on the matter.
I'm just thinking that moving forward, maybe one of us should kind of take the lead. I feel like things might get a little spread thin if maybe morals are crossed out. We have a few different factions at play, one here in the Glade, one in the Dwarves, and one with the cult back in Thalen's Hearth, and then our own morals that we hopefully stand by as a group. I think at some point we're going to need to make decisions in the moment, and I fear that if we're divided in the moment, then it may bite us in the ass, as they say. So I just feel as though maybe somebody should have a commanding voice if it comes to it, and I was hoping that among us there was a confident enough leader just in case.
I suppose I will do it. I will take this lead.
How noble of Elodius, who's only here to write a story.
I look at Rob, and
Thrust upon me against my wishes.
I look at Rob, and I actually put my hand on his shoulder, and I say, Rabute, I mean no offense, but in the past few days, you've seemed as though you had something else in the back of your mind that was keeping you distracted. And I am just worried that if something were to happen while we were in town with maybe a vision, especially after the one you said you had seen after touching your sword, that maybe your leadership could be compromised.
No, I vote for Elodius. Go ahead. Elodius, you do it. I haven't led.
Rob agrees.
Yeah, I haven't led an army in a long time, and I have no intention of doing that again.
Okay, I just want you to know that there was no offense.
Oh, none taken. I don't want to do it.
Okay. Does everyone else agree with this, or does this seem like a bad plan as well?
No, I'm for it. Good luck, Elodius.
I promise I will bring us on the path that will lead to the most... What's the good word for it? Righteous and well-structured story.
Theatrical heroism.
Gonna be like the guy at the front of the line with like the drum.
And as soon as it's established that Elodius is gonna do it, Rob is kind of holding your breath, he just a sighs in relief. He's just a little bit less stressed.
So, with Elodius as our pack leader, I believe that makes all of us part of your clan. You may call me Salazar Elodius from now on.
Salazar Elodius. Okay. Does that make me Elodius?
No, that's silly. You're just Elodius.
Don't be ridiculous.
Yes, that would just be silly.
Yeah, that is the thing that would make this ridiculous.
So, what do you all suggest we do? Do we stay here with the Glade and travel with them and take the curator's orders until we no longer want to, or until Elodius says otherwise?
Elodius, what do you think?
Well, I suppose we do need this distraction, so we might be able to get in and deal with the heart. We go to the opposite side of town from where they'll be attacking from. As soon as we hear the tin of battle, we march into town and we find what we need.
As this conversation continues, you hear a timid knock on the door.
Don't come in, I'm naked.
You hear Penn.
I think I have something.
Is that Soup Bones?
Yeah.
I mean, obviously me, yes.
I suppose we should let him in.
Yeah, Zephyrin will go over to open the door for Penn. Move the chair out of the way and go open the door for Penn.
As you open the door, you can see that not only have the four bolts become armed, but they seem to be standing in like military formation, as though like this has been something like practiced, and it's a little off-putting considering their origins. So Penn just kind of sees you like look past this and just be like,
I think they're almost ready to go, but I found this.
and he just kind of like gestures towards Soup Bones in his back. You can see something kind of protruding from his squishy little back, and as he like reaches in and pulls out a book, he's like,
There's some weird stuff in here.
and he hands it to you.
Did you find this in the curator's library?
Not in our library, but in the house that our library was, you know?
Her library is no longer there?
It's a temporary spell that
Oh, that's right. It was like...
Yeah.
We had to walk
got
through
it.
like a portal.
Yeah, that's right.
yeah, it's basically like a homebrewed Magic Mansion kind of deal.
Right, I forgot about that.
Yeah, because
Who does he hand the
Yeah.
book to?
deference, since
At the door.
yeah.
Elodius?
Just like
is it
two books.
labeled?
No, it's a
Is it a
It's
picture book? Will it play for us?
yeah, whoops, no, it's just a brown leather bound book.
What
The
condition is the book in?
it's like the leather's tattered and scarred, but it's you can tell that it's old. The pages have withered a bit, and you can see the wrinkling of the parchment, but nothing like it's not destroyed by any means.
So like 50 cents at a garage sale, essentially?
Yeah, like this was like this was a kid's favorite book kind of condition.
Tight.
But Penn just kind of like in a hushed tone.
I wouldn't let anyone see that you have that.
Okay. I'm going to go step into another room in case anyone slips in. I'll take a quick look
I
through
shut
this
the
and see
door.
what we're dealing with.
Shut the door. Turn it back
Did we-
up.
Did we let Penn in? No, we just shut the
Nope.
door in Penn's face.
Yep.
Poor
So
Penn.
she just kind of goes, "Ow!" as you kind of
Oh.
his like foot come from out from under like the space in the door.
Poor Penn.
So what's the book say?
Does it seem
Um,
to be a journal?
No, it doesn't seem to be a journal. It's definitely not autobiographical. What languages can you guys read?
Oh, good question.
I believe I established beetle. No.
Needle.
Did you say
You can
fetal?
read
Fetal?
beetle shit.
Oh, yeah. Like
Fetal?
the bug.
Common, Elvish, and
F-E-T-A-L?
Sylvan.
Oh.
Beetle, as in the
Celestial.
bug we've been talking about for.
Oh, beetle.
Celestial and common. Obviously.
Common, deep speech, elven, infernal, undercommon.
Common, Elvish, Sylvan.
Common, deep speech, and primordial.
Does it happen to be written in Sylvan?
It does not happen to be written in Sylvan.
Does it happen to be written in Elvish?
It does not happen to be written in Elvish.
Oh,
Dane, you recognize the text to be infernal.
Oh.
Tight.
well, okay, here you go.
Good, because I didn't want to burn a spell slot for comprehend languages.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking you would have to do.
Zephyrin, do you mention anything to the party about the readying forces?
The what?
Readying forces.
Oh, yeah, I saw
That they're riding
those.
horses.
I heard horses, too. I was like, what?
I think
I'm pretty
they're
sure
almost ready to go out there too, so we should speed it up.
Wow.
How fast of a reader are you, Kadaj?
Yeah, what kind of erotica is in this leather-bound book? What do we got?
I'm like, please let it be smut. Please let it be smut.
Much to your dismay, from the quick moment you have flipping through it, you can tell that it's just written about the underworld and like stories of hell and the afterlife. And flipping through the pages, you do see something written about Dante.
Okay. What kind of stuff does it have written about Dante?
You see the Decider of Souls next to the name.
Okay.
How much time are you spending looking through this? As Zephyrin tells you, you are that the forces are almost ready.
I mean, as much as I can, just to try to see like what, because I mean that's a pretty big thing. Like, oh, okay, like what is this? Like,
Does Kadaj relay that to the party?
not yet until I like know more because it's just like a title. Like,
Right.
Roll a history check, Dodge. See, because you're from here, correct?
more or less, yeah.
Yeah, so the religions of the land may not be necessarily something that you find interesting, but it could be stuff that you've heard about.
The 12.
12. You start to recognize vaguely the name Dante, and you start thinking of it like, oh, it's just a name, but it could be something else. In passing, you've heard stories about basically from an Earth perspective, just to like make a quick comparison, like how we have like St. Peter's at the gates of heaven, deciding who can come in. Basically, Dante decides who goes to hell and who is merely like wiped from existence.
Oh.
So, and that's all the information you have. Other than that, it just feels like tall tales and like as though you read these stories through what's the word I want to use? Through a, you don't really believe it, I guess, like through a lens of like this feels exaggerated.
Mm-hmm.
So it's very much like how someone might approach like just like a hyperbolization of a retelling. So,
is there anything in there about an informant?
Nothing about an informant.
Good.
All right. So, basically, from what you kind of scan over, you just see these like tales of like what happens in like the horror of your soul no longer existing, and it doesn't say anything overly specific about Dante, but just about this particular religion's belief of the afterlife.
Oh. Is there anything else that really stands out in regards to the situation with Aelin, as far as like how it could apply to that?
From your quick glance over, no.
Okay.
All right. So, you guys know that there are militarized peacekeepers outside. You have some new information. Penn is probably still standing outside the door, and info nowhere to be seen. I'd say 10 minutes have passed, Ryan. So your spell has worn off. And yeah, what do you guys do now?
Guess we go. Oh, sorry.
Did Kadash share the information that he gathered from the book?
I mean, yeah, but I feel like only knowing that much, that Kadash probably just plays it off like, you know, it's like, yeah, it's in, for some reason it's an infernal, but it just seems like a bunch of stories pretty much about life and death and the afterlife. Like it's, I mean, it seems odd that it's in the library, but it's a pretty big library, but nothing, you know, it's not like a journal of anything. It just seems like stories.
I mean, sounds like the type of character that wouldn't want someone escaping from the afterlife, so honestly, I don't think it changes much yet.
Question about the Sarah's call.
Sure.
As far as we know, do you only get it if you fall asleep in Thalen's hearth? Or if you spend a lot of time there, let's just say you're like whatever race, and you stay there for 6 weeks without sleeping, and then you leave, and then you fall asleep somewhere else like 10 miles away. Will you get it if you're 10 miles away? It's just like your length of time there?
So, to the best of your knowledge, you experience the Sarah's call in your sleep, but you're unsure as to, like, if there is a specific amount of time you need to spend there, if sleeping is a requirement. You just know that people who have stayed there for prolonged periods of time. Yeah. So,
being said, is the curator coming with us?
You haven't asked.
Okay.
I mean, guess now is the perfect time.
Yeah. I apologize for interrupting. I was making my notes and I had that thought.
Yep, no worries. So, with that being said, what do you guys do?
I guess step one is someone put that book in their backpack. Bane, does Kadaj have a backpack?
Yeah. Yeah, I
Okay,
can store it.
You should probably hold on to the book.
Sure. Yeah. Pack it up nicely in my bag.
If you get some downtime later, just
A little night reading.
someone kidnaps you because they think you might be a Frighten in disguise.
Oh, I guess that's the other thing I suppose we should discuss. Are we dropping disguises or are we keeping Zephyrin safe from
We
the
should keep
eyes?
Zephyrin safe, just in case.
Should you take on the appearance of a Fearbulg instead?
Interesting.
I don't think that makes much of a difference.
It might,
Well,
instead of having two Kadages.
It would make more sense for her to not have a shared identity with someone. It's,
By
you don't
looking,
want them to perhaps guess what the ruse is. If they see we have two Kadages and are missing our previous Triton friend, they might realize that one of the Kadages are the Triton.
yes.
That's fair enough.
Could you possibly look at the Fearbulgs that have gathered and maybe make an amalgamation form of them? So you are your own
Can I?
distinct?
I think so.
I think with the hat of disguise, you can only grow 1 foot either way. How tall is Zephyr?
A lot shorter than a Furbolg.
Like 5 foot, I think, something like that.
I mean, she could just be like a young Furbulg. I don't think it'd be out of the ordinary.
Oh, by God, they're sending their youth.
How tall are Fearbulgs, anyways?
7-8 feet.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're
they're big.
basically giants.
How small are Fearbulgs?
Not.
Typically over 10 feet. What?
What? That seems like a little big for a... Oh, yeah, the thing I found just says 7 to 8 feet.
Is that the Forgotten Realms fandom wiki, though?
Yeah, that's
Am I-
super condescending. What was that, Ryan?
Oh my god.
You're using your peasant searches? Just throw an idiot in there. Why don't you just really call him up?
All right, we walk and kill.
Yeah,
Oh.
I guess we start doing the thing.
All right.
Murder time.
So,
So am I being a short Furbulg?
you know what
We're just taking a Furbolg child.
I
with
think
us.
that would make the most sense. I don't know that in the face of battle that they would sit there and question the height of a Fearbulg, but like Elodius said, they might question the two Kadages.
So
Fair.
you are I guess you'd be like a 6 foot Furbolg.
Yep.
Okay.
Also, yes, D&D Beyond says they are 7 to 8 feet tall. So Ryan, I don't know where you're getting your sources from, but
It's probably older. It's probably older.
Probably from the
information. They're like a
Forgotten
large
Realms
race.
wiki.
Yeah, Ryan.
They were probably playable as a large race in 3.5, and then for 5th edition, they're medium.
Probably. Well, if we have nothing else to prepare for, then shall we join the forces?
Let's do it.
Sounds like a plan.
So as you walk back outside, you, especially Elodius, are taken aback by how militarized Furbolg do look. They're standing in like even cut lines. Rabute, you've seen this in your history with the armies you've fought with, and the curator is standing up. Again, no words are being spoken, but just kind of like overseeing them as they prepare to literally march into battle. And you don't see Soup Bones or Pen, but you do see Info standing by her side, almost as though he's like taking in everything around him. He's just looking up and down as though like he's counting it out, just trying to figure out what exactly or what the forces are capable of. He looks the most in thought that you have ever seen. This ridiculous being. For once, he doesn't look like he's just a goofball. He's looks quite serious and concerned about what's before him.
How many furbolgs are there?
There are, like, how many, like, exactly? So you're just standing there.
Number.
There's a few dozen. Like, it's an intimidating force.
Suppose it is time for us to get into our positions. Perhaps we should use the tunnel into the tug. Then once we hear the battle begin, we can start by leaving there and entering the city.
Like go through the tunnel?
Yeah, go through the tunnel.
Weren't they flooding it, or were we just assuming that?
Oh, it did seem to be flooding.
I thought the plan was just to follow the furbolgs.
This is a thing that we should have probably discussed.
Why don't we just check in with the curator and see if she has a solid plan for us, or, you know, she's organized this much, she might have some idea about how for us to best approach it.
Yeah, she might have the tactical experience to place us somewhere on the map.
So you approach the curator?
All right, curator, where would you have us start?
Will we be joining you in battle, curator?
The curator doesn't speak up. Instead, Info answers on her behalf and says, I will be leading the forces directly to the front lines. The curator will stay back here. And from there, you guys will follow in behind until we have taken the brunt of the force. You look at him and his eyes are completely glazed over white.
Okay, I'm really inside on that.
I would like to also. And I realize now that I would be looking for Arcana instead, knowing that I can cast Charm Person.
7.
I got a 12 for insight.
16 Arcana.
So what is it you're trying to figure out? Ryan?
If it's something similar to Charm Person, if it's a spell.
It's not similar to Charm Person.
Is it magical in nature? Can I sort of tell that or no?
Info a zombie. Did she raise dead?
She kind of said that she did before. Info is not aware that they are, like that they had died before. She told you that when you visited the glade previously. So he is some necrotic amalgamation of her creation. So that's kind of what you can tell from the previous info. And
how did I miss all of that?
I don't know.
I vaguely remember this.
Yeah, Kyle made a comment on it before.
Yeah.
About why info is so fast.
Mm-hmm. Wouldn't it be better for us to come in from the other side of town rather than following behind? I mean, if the brunt of their forces are in the midst of battle with you, then that itself would be a great distraction for us to go searching on the other side.
What if we came in from the water? Where the docks overlook?
The docks are where most of their forces are currently.
Oh, thank God, I don't have to go swimming.
Info repeats. I don't remember exactly how I worded it before, so pretend that this is exactly. But Info repeats what the curator said previously when you had mentioned it. It just says something along to the extent of the Thalen's Half you knew is not as it once was.
It's probably all militarized. Either way, even if we try to go from the back, it's possible they have just as much forces in the front and in the back, and then the distraction's pointless.
I feel like once battle starts, most of their forces will move to that end.
That's why I was suggesting my plan before.
Which was which?
Talking about how we either wait for them to go in and go a different way in, or go there early and alert them so that way they would draw their forces over to that side.
The only reason they would ever
advance.
If they draw the only reason that they would ever draw their forces in the back is if they were losing. In my head.
Do you say that out loud?
No, not draw their forces
Oh,
Wait, hang on. What are you talking about?
what am I talking about? What are you talking about?
You.
I think
Me?
Ryan knows what Ryan's talking about.
Yeah, I know. Absolutely.
I'm not sure that's true.
Saying, I'm saying that, like, why would they draw their forces away from the other parts of the town if no one in the front is actually dying? Why would they do that?
Like, I mean, if they were incapacitated and disarmed, they would still need reinforcements.
Yeah, I guess, but I'm not sure.
But it would have to wait until they were losing before they would draw their reserves to the front line. They wouldn't just throw them in right away if they heard a battle was coming. They're prepared for that.
Right.
Right? That's what you're getting at, right, Eddie?
No, you got it. That's it.
Okay.
Well, to be fair, they're not going to notice right away that nobody's killing their men. Like, they're not going to be like, don't worry about it. They're all pulling their punches. Like,
It all depends how good the person in charge and organizing a military force really is, honestly.
Mhm.
Well, I turn to
I mean,
Elodius.
which for a small town, probably not the best.
I look towards Elodius expectantly.
Well, I suppose the plan as stated before is still the best effort. Wait for the battle to begin, find a different entrance into town.
Info speaks up again. There is only one entrance now.
Oh, maybe we should have done some scouting.
We've
Please
done enough.
explain yourself, Info.
They've had time to prepare. They've been preparing for this for years. They've already made the necessary changes to stop anybody from coming in,
Like walls?
like barricades.
Do you know what type of barricades?
Thankfully, mostly wood, so my best buddy over here can probably burn some of that down with the fire arrows he's got from the dwarves.
How convenient.
Mm.
Also, how did Info know about the fire arrows?
Info knows
They talk
everything,
to
don't
the
worry
dwarves.
about it. Also, Info is Dante's informant. Dante's the one who sent you to get new weapons.
True.
And also, it seems to be in cahoots with the dwarves.
There is
Yeah, the
something
dwarves have been with
happening.
them, so they probably told them what we have.
So Zephyrin, you seemed quizzical about that. Can you roll perception for me really quick?
I can. Oh, I'm actually good at perception checks. Fingers crossed it's not an 8. Oh, that's much better than an 8. That's a nat 20 for 24.
Oh, wow. So, you notice around Curator's neck, she wears the same gem that is emplaced in each of your weapons.
Oh.
Hey, does that glow too?
Just points at the gem.
Again, the Curator doesn't say anything to you guys. Her demeanor has flipped on a dime here. And Info just speaks up again. It's just like, she'll know if you guys get in trouble.
She in you right now.
That was good wording.
It's exactly what she means, though.
I want to cast.
She is always within me, he says.
I look at her, sort of waiting for her to respond 2 or 3 times now, and I want to use message and say, Curator, are you in there?
Interesting. So explain what it is that you're attempting to do before I respond here.
Talk to her. I want to get a response.
What is it who is it you're addressing?
The Curator.
Okay, you just hear a distressed voice of a woman.
What does she say?
He has to say.
No, like, words at this point, just kind of like the sounds of, like, confusion.
So many thoughts.
Yeah.
Curator, it is me, Salazar Monfilet.
That's not your name.
That's not your name.
Salazar Elodius Monfilet.
Oh, so it's like a
Hyphenated
divorce
now?
parent kind of thing.
Yeah, I'm pretty progressive. So I say that.
We're co-raising Salazar.
I say, it is me, Salazar Elodius Monfillet. I'm here to help, and so are we.
You just
Under 20.
Well,
The
sending
voice-
sending is the one that has a limit. Message can be whatever.
Messages forever.
Yeah.
messages forever. It feels like a white girl tattoo.
It does.
Like you just messages forever, and the other half is like an infinity symbol.
The target and only the target hears the message and can reply in a whisper that only you can hear.
The voice says who?
Says what?
Who?
Now, this is a very important question. Does the voice saying that sound like the voice of the curator's body?
Yes.
Is it info?
Who? Salazar. We are here to help. We are here. Are you in trouble?
What are the limitations to what you can hear, and per the extent? I'm not overly familiar. I don't want to give too much information.
There's not really any. I'll read you the whole thing if you want me to.
Yeah.
Let's see.
This is not something I expected to happen this early.
You whisper a message. The target, only the target hears the message, only can reply to a whisper that only you can hear. You cast this spell through solid objects. If you are familiar with the target and know it is beyond the barrier, magical silence, 1 foot of cone, and it just tells you the limitations of like physical limitations that I can't pierce, I suppose. The spell doesn't have to follow a straight line and can travel freely around corners and through openings. It is literally a communication spell that is mental. A range of 120 feet.
The voice just says, "Get me out of here."
I sort of think the info is actually Dante, and I think it's reversed. You know what I mean?
At this point, everybody looks ready. The curator finally speaks up and turns towards Info, and Gara lead them. As Info goes to the front of the line, and they start marching in unison out of the blade.
I quickly grab on like Elodius's arm, I'm not like grabbing him, but I want to just like put my hand like on his his bicep, and just kind of like say to the group, we will hold back just a few paces to distance ourselves from the main forces. Yes. And I look directly at Elodius, hoping that he understands that I'm trying to leave some space.
Yes, that is the plan.
Okay.
Yeah, the dwarves join at Info's side and start marching in tandem. There's no necessarily like tactic, like stealth tactics to what they're doing. They're literally just like marching in a military like fashion out of the glade.
So once there's like 20 feet between us, I say, the curator is not who she says she is. I tried to speak to her, and there is a voice inside begging for help. They're trapped in there. She is
Perhaps
leading
it is.
her troops to war.
Perhaps it is possession.
Maybe. I know. I don't usually see that often. I've seen some shit.
Maybe we keep up the ruse for now. We continue walking. Kadaj, take up the rear and carefully flip through that book and see if you see anything about possession or something of the like.
Yeah, will do.
But I believe we should think of a new plan, and we are now limited on time.
So, as you guys continue to discuss this, you're presumably trying to keep up the front of just being along with this small army of furbolgs. Kadaj, you're trying to slyly hang in the back and flip through this text. You leave the forest, and you are now on the main road. Info starts leading everybody directly down the road. They don't take cover in the trees. They're just marching directly into Thalen's Heart from like the one opening that you guys had all traveled there, minus I guess the fish people. But the rest of you would have taken this road in there initially. It's the same road that you were walking down when you'd seen like the people that Kadaj had recognized. It is a very common road that people use to travel between the other towns and cities nearby.
Do you want to take a break?
Sure. Yeah, let's take what's a reasonable break? 45, 48 seconds?
I was going to say 45 minutes, but yeah.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, we'll take I don't know, 3-4 minute break. Just go refill our coffee, go pee, all that stuff.
Sure.
Okay.
Okay, well, we'll see you around.
We'll be back. Don't go anywhere.
All right, we're back, and we've agreed to take a look at our bingo cards.
All right, for those of you playing at home, Eddie, Eddie thus far has said "God damn it" a couple of times. His facepalm, Dad laughed at himself. We heard his dog barking in the background, and he went, "What?" So, we're still waiting for him to speak in hyperbole. Have some more green screen issues.
I feel like he was the last to catch on about something.
Oh yeah,
I have that checked off.
Do
been.
do we count him not understanding the plan of the
I knew the
furbolgs?
plan. I knew the plan. What the fuck?
I didn't mark it was the last to catch on.
I didn't have that marked either.
I'm doing good.
Hey, have you finished painting anything?
No.
Well,
honestly.
you have.
Oh,
Actually.
he hasn't finished
Damn it.
painting something.
Which one is it?
So, are you telling me you have and have not finished painting something?
Son of a bitch. Yeah.
We should add son of a bitch to this. Like,
And
I mean,
bad
as
rolls.
of right now, yeah.
Eddie, do you hate us guys by any chance?
No, I do, but I'm not gonna say that out loud. Is it? I don't know. Which one's the one you haven't seen before? Is it this one or this one?
I can't tell.
I don't know that
Or is it-
matters. We're just trying to mark off our cards.
Okay, or is it this one? I know this is the
I
first
don't know.
one.
Is that one
And
done?
They look awesome, regardless.
Thank you. All three of these are done. I just don't know which one you have
That's
not
two,
seen.
buddy.
No, there's a third one right here. Look, because
He's only got 2 hands, Dylan.
Are you
Look,
speaking
see?
hyperbole? That's 4 now.
what? I don't think you know what that means.
Hyperbole? It's when you exaggerate.
It's a word he doesn't
Exaggerating.
understand.
Hey, wait. Do you know what it means?
Yeah, of course I know what that means.
What
We
does it
What does it
exaggerate-
mean, Eddie?
Exaggerating things.
That's what I just said. If I didn't say that,
That would have the only reason I actually do know is because we had this conversation like 2 weeks ago. Hold on.
Can't use that.
Hold on a second. Before we start killing people, hold on.
who are you
Man, I hope
killing?
is he unplugging his webcam?
Son of a
That's
bitch.
happening.
Wait, are we murdering his
I
ego,
keep on-
or...?
I think he's
saying
murdering
it
us.
now. I don't know
Like,
where
not
that's
our
coming
characters, us.
from.
sure, it's
This
plain red.
is
So
the
you
one I'm
didn't get
working
rid of
on right now. This one has the most. Oh, that's actually the only side I didn't have.
Oh, that one's not done?
No, this
I
one's not
just
done
saw
right
your
here.
cat blink in and out of existence.
I mean, obviously this one only has
Pretty
the
great.
wood on it.
She's
Blank
like
cat.
been enjoying messing with stuff today.
This one's not done,
Don't
but
you
it's got
hate
lots
when
and
your
lots
cat
and lots of detail. Like it's
enters
literally,
and leaves your realm?
No big deal. Kyle just has a blink cat. It's fine.
it's just
Everything's
black.
fine.
Is that
For the
Pocky or
most part.
Xena?
This is Pocky.
That's what it looks like, base coat, and then all the detail just puts in all the
Hell
things. Anyway, we kill the curator and Thalen.
Yeah. So what are we doing about them? What are we doing about this?
And we're back.
I think we can only deal with one problem at a time.
This
Yeah,
seems
and
like a
barely.
pretty big problem.
It does seem like a big problem. You were right to mistrust her, but I don't see what we can do at the moment. I mean, stabbing someone doesn't exactly free them of possession.
Reason with some others did, but
As he says that, is there any sort of check that I or we can make collectively, to see if we know anything about possession, or if Kadash has read anything? Will stabbing free them of possession?
I mean, it'll kill
I guess-
them, so
I guess you would-
technically.
In a
Yeah.
way, yeah.
what do you consider free? American? Just curious.
Oh man, the most unfree, huh?
Don't want to
wondering.
ride to tell her what you can and can't do with her firearms.
I believe in true freedom. People can bring firearms into whatever
Hang
bathroom.
on.
they
Before I
suits
tell
them.
you, before I tell you my definition of free, let me go get my gun.
It's imprinted on there somewhere in English.
The freest language.
It's carved down the barrel of my 12 gauge. It's Kid Rock lyrics.
Oh my god.
Do you guys know Kid Rock?
Yeah.
we know Kid Rock.
He's like
Al-
the country rock version of Fred Durst.
Oh no, we have Alberta. We know.
Yeah, when they talked about like Jesus' second coming, they were really talking about Kid Rock and the meme of him walking on the beach shirtless, all like.
Yep.
I mean,
That's
he
it.
does look
That
like white
shit.
Jesus.
That is free. That's freedom.
That's freedom right there.
White Jesus?
No, Kid Rock walking down
Okay.
Kid Rock.
with
The real McCoy.
twisted tees.
Anyway, we do the thing.
We were playing D&D, I think.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
were.
I think so.
Yeah, we were rolling to see.
If we know anything about how to
possession.
break possessions,
Yes.
or in possession in general, common knowledge.
I guess maybe
History?
the only person I can think of that might know something about that is Rabute.
I'm rolling.
Yeah, what do you know about
Why?
possession, bud?
Why,
Yeah,
Rabute?
Let's discuss.
Possessed your mother last night. Anyway.
Woof.
Wow.
Wait, is that in the bingo cards?
Slam,
checking, I'm
slam
not seeing
dunk. Slam dunk. Anyway.
Guys, we don't have your mom jokes in the bingo
Unless that's
card.
complaining about his own mom somehow. I don't think that's it.
I'll just give him it. Anyway. So what am I rolling?
I guess you would roll, let's say, history.
Here I go.
This is a stupid roll because we're legitimately rolling to see if stabbing someone frees them of possession.
No,
Six.
I want to know. I want to after he says the thing about stabbing and possession. I want to see if we like oh, what will break possession? Like my brain's now churning. Like, do I know anything of possession?
Either way, I rolled a 6. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, the only person I could think of that would is Rabute, unless someone has an argument otherwise.
The only argument I was going to
touched
make
Phelan's
is that
hearth.
Oh, jeez.
stabbing someone seems to break someone from possession in a more permanent way. So in that
Yeah.
case, I'm going to check off asking an obvious question on my bingo sheet.
I mean, yeah,
Okay.
technically, but in the same way, like, someone's just like, oh, he's having some chest pains, and they shoot him in the head, and like he doesn't have chest pains anymore.
Exactly. It's freeing in that sense.
Yeah. Which, is that what you guys meant when you said land of the free? Just,
I mean,
Woof.
not far off.
I don't have any.
Does
disdain for
anybody
us
know
Americans. I just
anything
think
about
it's fun to
possession?
Nope.
No. I did read a story about it once.
Yeah, you know what? Maybe. Kyle, Elodius is a reader. Go for it. Make a roll history, see if you can remember.
Sure, I was looking at the show. That's a 9.
Better than mine.
But unfortunately, it was a
He
fiction
read,
tale.
he read
No,
Casper.
it was a tragedy. It was a tragedy. Everyone died at the end, so
They freed them by stabbing them.
I
Eddie,
did free them by
what did you
stabbing
roll
them.
for it?
Oh, a mighty 6.
You rolled a 6. And Kyle, what did you roll for it?
I rolled a 9.
Then we must know. You must not tell us. You have no choice.
Why?
Why? Because, oh.
Say it, Edward.
Say it, Eddie. Say it.
On one hand, this bingo card thing ruins my life. On the other,
That'll put me one away.
really, really funny.
Fun. Gotta say it.
Yeah, no, I think I do. Because 69.
Oh, this is
Guys,
out.
that's
Alright.
bingo for me. That's bingo.
That's bingo?
It's bingo.
Oh man! All right, Kyle's got it.
You're
My
welcome,
bottom row-
Kyle.
My bottom row is dabs, dog barking, make a 69 joke, nice. Face palms, and goddamn it.
Oh,
Nice. All right. Well, Kyle,
Killed
it's the
it.
winner of bingo.
I gain a
you
level,
get to-
right?
You gain a no.
gain a level.
Every
What did I say?
Bingo,
It
you
was
gain a
a
level.
$10 Tim Hortons gift card because that's the most Canadian thing I can think of.
I will expect to see one on my desk when I get to work tomorrow. Though.
So
You know
now
what?
at this point, do we clear our cards and then we
we
start
get
over
new
next
cards
time?
now. New cards
Son
now.
of a bitch.
We
Alright.
have to come up with. All right, let's do this afterwards.
Well, we got some stuff to add.
Okay.
By the end of this, it won't be us playing D&D anymore. Like 10 sessions from now, it'll just be like,
That's
say
really-
something stupid, Eddie.
We're just getting together for bingo.
We gotta move this to Twitch just chatting and just basically just play bingo and see what happens.
Just do it for the Sunday stream. That's what, or the not Sunday stream. Sorry, the paying stream. You know what I meant.
We'll see. All right.
I had a lot
let's-
of fun on
let's
your paintings.
Continue.
Oh,
Yes.
thank you. I don't. Okay. Anyway, we go kill some people.
Do ya?
I don't know. You tell
Where are
me.
you?
I don't know. We're in the back.
Yeah, you're in the back. You're discussing Kadaj's findings from this book that I railroaded in because you guys never have questions. So, Kadaj, you're flipping through the pages, and again, it seems more like it's telling tales. You're kind of gathering some more information regarding the kind of like their thoughts of the underworld it doesn't say too much about Dante, but there is note that people seem to have rather atoned for their sins than be blanked out of existence. They would rather be tried for their crimes, and those beyond hell would often be just put into a void. So you're not getting a great deal of information about Dante themselves, but you are getting more information about their thoughts and beliefs of their punishment for the afterlife. So rather than just heaven and hell, it's heaven, hell, and nothingness. And
Not
Dante
even
was
purgatory.
yeah. Well, you do know from your talk with Curator before that there are wandering spirits on the mortal realm. They had said that that would happen if you interrupted the stasis from the Seraph spell. So there is that as well, but there's no mention of that within this book. They're just talking about Dante's responsibility to just make these decisions for who is beyond repentance and who is not. So essentially Dante would be like, this person cannot be helped. Hell will do them no good. So.
All right. Is there, I mean, that's shedding some light on some of this. Is there any parallels that I can draw from what I'm reading to the way that the Furbolgs have been like organized?
So from what you know from Furbolgs, you do see them to be generally peaceful people. They are nomadic. They live without like physical attachment to like items and homes. They mostly just live off the land within a moment. They don't have names generally. They just have their surroundings and their community. So you're not necessarily making a connection, but you are finding it to be quite peculiar. None of it seems to really add up, and it's any connections that you make are merely guesses within your own like Kadage's sense of reasoning.
Okay. So this is just me, I guess, out of character and monologuing. I guess like being that Thalen has been like gone and is like trying to come back. That seems like against Dante's like MO, right? Because there's like heaven, hell, and then nothing. And since he's a bad person and like was gone for a while, bringing him back goes like against like that order and balance that Dante enforces. So that's at least to my best guess why they're so adamant about like, yeah, this isn't happening because this is against like grand design. Am I like super far off from that?
No, that's you're pretty much on the money there. Essentially, from what you can tell from the text, is that Dante would have qualms with him because he found a loophole around exiting hell without the proper terms of repentance. So essentially,
this is like that Jay and Silent Bob movie Dogma, right? This is basically that. This is pretty much that.
Yeah, basically.
That's a great movie.
It is. I mean, minus the Affleck overall, it's great. But yeah, so that's kind of where you're what you're gathering.
Okay.
Oh, also minus the part where they just have Matt Damon
minus Ben Affleck and Matt Damon. But yeah, that's basically what those characters are doing, to an extent.
To an extent, yeah.
Cool.
And also, they're from the other place. But
well, yeah.
Yeah.
They're
all
from
right.
the good place.
As you continue.
How long is our walk? We got a few hours, right?
It's a few hours, yeah.
Okay.
You continue marching down the road. You notice that it's more dead than you've ever seen it. The amount of people going into Thalen's Hearth is usually quite slim. It's usually like they're going there for a purpose, or like anybody who might want to like use the dock as like easier transport to Velendor when like other sections are booked off. It's not the most popular road by any means, as it's a pretty small settlement, but it's completely dead. You're not seeing any activity. And just to clarify, this road is well traveled amongst other paths. So going into like the other towns and like the larger like cities, Odrin, like there's a lot of traffic going into Odrin, not necessarily going into Thalen's Heart.
So I got a range of 120 feet. I want to use message again. And I want to say, hello, are you still there?
So I was figuring at this point you had like left the forest, so you've surpassed 120 feet at this point.
Wait, is she not coming with us?
She is not.
She
No.
said she was staying behind.
I thought she was coming with
Yeah,
us.
sorry about that. I didn't clarify. Or maybe I did it.
Pretty sure you did. Like, it was
Yeah, you
during
did.
Dante's like possessed
Yeah.
monologue that she was staying behind.
Yeah.
Wait,
Right.
can you
I forgot because
cast
she
a
wasn't
message on
answering me.
Dante?
Oh, something cut out for me.
On Dante?
Yeah.
That's who I was trying to cast it on.
Oh,
Or
you're
no,
casting
not
Oh,
Dante. The
I thought you were
info.
talking-
info.
Oh, on info? I can. I use message and I say, info, how much longer do you think our travel will be?
He just kind of like glances back over his shoulder and shouts back to you rather than responding. It just says, "We're going to take a break shortly."
So, I thought it would do like the possession thing, like when you talked to the other person. Like I thought maybe there would be a different voice there going, "Oh God, what's going on in here?" No.
I probably should have asked the other one who they were. We're not very good at getting names from people. Especially when it really matters, huh?
I mean, low ink group played pretty well, so we'll say it's in character. Anything else before you guys end up taking a short rest?
Don't think there's much else to worry about right now.
I mean, yeah, actually. So actually, this may or may not change things that have just happened. Because for some, I think I stopped listening when you said the curator didn't answer me, and instead it was info, and then I started thinking about the message thing. How far away do you think we are, travel wise?
From what?
From
From
the
your
curator.
current- From the curator? So just quick math, not very quick. You traveled from
Probably miles, right? Because it hasn't been like an
Yeah.
hour, but walking
Yeah.
pace like 20 minutes, you can walk a mile roughly.
Yeah. So, you traveled to the glade before nightfall, I believe. You woke up in the morning and then traveled to the glade from Subone's tree. So
we're. Wait, when did we go to Supone's tree?
like I'm talking like 3
Before?
months ago when you first
Oh,
started
right.
doing this. Yeah.
So, but we're like within like reasonable distance. Oh, it doesn't matter. So, I.
Making notes on my phone. I'm not ignoring you
You're
guys.
fine. I think I may have missed part of the conversation back there. I do apologize, friends, but now that the curator is alone, we could just go back and figure out this possession thing.
I think Thalen's probably a bigger thing to worry about than that, to be honest.
I
It
agree.
would mean losing the opportunity we're gaining here.
Like, we gotta destroy that heart as soon as we can.
I mean, even though there's like something odd going on, I mean, by design, this is just part of, at least from the little bit that I've been reading in these tales, like about how this generally goes, that, you know, there's a good place and a bad place, and there's not a lot of travel back and forth. So, like, once you're there, you're there. So, Thalen being, you know, brought back is a problem. And, you know, for multiple reasons, that's why it needs to be stopped.
I
I
have
agree.
a very bad feeling in my gut.
Lots of pre-fight jitters.
I might just need to use the restroom.
Gross. Anyway,
How does that go for a fish person?
The same
I
as
like
you.
the other skin.
Yeah. Fish pee out their skin.
That's what
Presumably.
actually he's taking off with his full body dirt
He's just sweating pee. That's
Yeah.
actually
That's
just
as-
what happened.
I do that as we're walking.
Oh.
ugh.
All that sheen and glisten that you see on him just from normal day to day, it's just slowly but surely secreting urine at all times. It's great.
Like we all
That's
do.
why he has that ring of water to completely refresh himself. You gotta wash off all the pee.
Like wiping,
But I mean, it's the
just
same water, so
Yeah.
he's just
It's like a
collecting
bidet.
more and more.
It's exactly a bidet.
Y'all are gross.
Because his whole body's an
Yeah, it's
asshole.
very gross.
We walk to kill it.
Yep.
Okay.
Let's finally
So,
kill the thing.
Everybody halts and just merely takes a step off the road. Info shouts back to you guys like, "Oh, take a drink of water. Well, we're going right into battle once this is over." So everybody's just kind of like resting or kneeling down, drinking, just taking a moment to recoup. Cradle seems to be walking around a little perplexed at what exactly his role is in all of this. But the other dwarves seem completely unfazed.
Are the eyes of Info still glazed over?
They are, yes.
And this is the first time we've seen him like that?
Yeah. That you've noticed, anyways.
I'm gonna ask him. Info,
What's going on, buddy?
what has happened to your eyes?
I don't know what's happening to your eyes.
Well, I touched the heart of Thalen, and it transformed me.
I mean, all in all, probably a bad call.
Maybe, but yours seem a little clouded.
Maybe I'm just tired. Big day ahead, you know?
May I ask you a question?
I mean, you kind of are right now.
Yes, but a more personal one.
Anything for my best buddies.
Why do they call you Dante's informant?
Because I'm an informant for Dante. That seems obvious.
Now, the one that you call Dante, that is the curator, yes?
I mean, I suppose so.
Is she in relation to any of the deities of hell?
He looks mildly offended when you ask this, and he just kind of like narrows his eyes and says, "What do you know?"
Well, just the stories I was told as a child.
Man, well, I'm sure those travelers went all the way down there.
Well, sometimes we have to make our own stories, and those stories sometimes are true.
So you're
But,
saying it was a coincidence?
well, it's either coincidence or, my people haven't always stayed in the waters. That's what this ring is for. It helps me breathe up here on the surface. And it was passed down through my family. So it comes from a long line of people that have traveled up here. So we have collected some stories of the air breathers, but I was just curious of your affiliation with this potential deity, as it were.
So I know how annoying and hard to understand info can be, so I'm going to relay this message in my voice. Sorry to break the immersion, but sometimes information doesn't travel well in the ridiculous accents. So info kind of begins to explain, just almost offhandedly, as though it's like known information, very like casually states of how the curator just merely needed to take a mortal form to ensure that Thalen did not come back. Thalen found a loophole in the clause that got them banished to hell. Dante feels as though they made a great mistake in allowing Thalen repentance, and feels that they should have just wiped them from existence. And now that Thalen is remanifesting in the mortal realm, there is interest of Dante's that will cease to be if Thalen can succeed in this matter.
So, does that mean Dante has taken over the curator's body? Is that what you are telling me?
I mean, just temporarily.
So if we can eliminate Thalen and this threat, then he will release his grip on the woman?
I mean, that all depends on how much time we have here.
What do you mean by that?
I mean, if Thalen succeeds, then the portal closes. And once the portal closes, then there's a separation. But I mean, if Thalen doesn't succeed, then we're back in business, back to the plan as usual.
And he will only succeed if he has Zephyrin?
I mean, a Triton in general, which, I mean, to be honest, from what I've seen, looks like he's getting pretty close.
Male or female?
I don't know if that matters.
Just to clarify, is this all through message, or are you two speaking out loud?
Out loud.
Just
Okay.
speaking out loud. Or at the very least, info definitely is.
Can the
Fair.
curator hear us now?
The curator can hear everything I say.
So is that why your eyes are glazed over? Is she
Again,
present?
I don't know what you mean by that, but yeah. Yeah, you can tell that he has no idea that his eyes are glazed over. He doesn't know what you're talking about.
Is there a way to speak to the curator through you?
I mean, I don't know if she can respond, but you can speak to her.
Curator, if you can hear me, please use Info's body to tap himself on the shoulder.
Nothing happens. Info just kind of like looks around and purposefully like raises his hand and touches their shoulder. It's like, I think that was me.
Okay. Alright. Well,
Even though Salazar is having this conversation, it is out loud. If there's any questions you guys want to ask Dante, or sorry, Info, feel free to pipe up.
What was that bit about the portal? Do you mean that if I honestly I could take that two different ways. If Thalen comes through and the portal closes, is that like the entryway to the afterlife? Does that
It
mean
sure
people-
is.
Does that mean people wouldn't be able to go to the afterlife anymore when they die?
No. This is merely a physical manifestation deep underground of the portal. We have people guarding it now, but that's where the dwarf guys come in.
Okay, then the other question is, if this is just an actual portal being opened up for Thalen to come through, why would you want the portal to be around at all?
So the dwarves can go through.
Wait,
Why would the
why
dwarves want to go through? Wait, what?
You kind of like see him taken aback and be like, I feel like I wasn't supposed to say that.
Info, I think you might need to continue talking.
I think that's probably the worst idea we have right now.
Info, I mean, you know us well. We're your best friends. You can see that we only have the best interests at heart, and we need to know.
Clarify, Kadaj is my best friend.
You just refer to all of us as your best
He-
buddies when talking to Salazar.
I mean, You guys are definitely good buddies, great buddies. But my best buddy is Kadaj.
Okay, well, Kadaj is part of this team. Don't
Kadaj speaks for himself.
don't you want don't you want the team that your best friend is on to have all of the information they need going forward?
Look, I can take or leave the rest of you, if I'm being honest. You're pulling this out of me, I didn't want to say it. But everything I do is for that man right there.
I think Zephyr's gonna like elbow Kadaj. Ask him the
Kadaj.
question.
Kadaj, why don't you ask about it? I feel like he might tell you. You want to hear that from your best friend, right?
Choosing my words carefully, because this kind of affirmation is not what I need in my life. Info, can you please tell us what you know
I know a lot of stuff, that's why they call me Info.
about the dwarves and what they're after and how this is involved?
Cradle kind of speaks up. It's like, oh, we're not keeping that a secret.
It doesn't need to be.
No, Cradle, you're not keeping that a secret.
Oh,
We have no secrets among us when we are going into battle. We must make sure we are all on the same page.
They kind of share a look and begin to explain that the dwarves, the reason they made the blasting powder was so that way they can dig faster and deeper than anyone else. They're trying to get to this portal first, so that way the best of them, the people you saw at Long Fair Mine, can blast their way to this portal, get into hell, and make weapons forged from hellfire.
Honestly, that doesn't sound so bad. I kind of like the idea. I wouldn't mind a hell-forged weapon.
Well, I mean, they're for the furbolgs and, Dante's army.
Wait a minute, is the swords... Wait a minute, if they were forging with hellfire this entire time, does that mean the weapons that we're using right now is...
No, they
No,
want to forge.
They weren't.
Oh.
They're trying to.
Okay, I misheard, my bad.
Now, the Fearbolgs are usually a peaceful people. Why are they so inclined? Are they also possessed?
I mean, I don't think anybody's possessed, per se. That seems like a little bit of an invasive word.
Okay, sure.
Influenced might be a more correct word to use. Is that fair?
Yes.
What did you say?
Influenced.
Yeah. So, basically, Info starts to explain that the Furbolgs only want to bring peace, and under Dante's rule, we can have peace within the mortal realm.
Oh, so if we stop Thalen, then Dante is going to take over the world?
I mean, if all goes as planned.
Oh, okay, that's good to know. It would be nice to have a powerful leader in charge.
One united world, all under one rule, so you don't have to, no more squabbling between nations or countries, everybody all on even footing. Does that sound ideal?
Isn't that what we already have? You know, in the real world? Aren't we all on the same page?
That's,
Okay.
sorry, I was just explaining, Info was explaining that fact.
No, I know, I'm out of character now.
Okay, yeah, we definitely have that. There's no fighting
Yeah,
between nations.
No, even footing all around.
Yeah.
All over
Yeah.
the world.
Everything is good on Earth.
Yes.
Yeah.
Freedom. Good and
Right.
free.
I really like being a part of a society.
Yep. We're the most free, but everyone else is free too. It's fine. It's totally fine.
To varying degrees.
Info, what is it that you want? And by you, I mean in your heart. What is it that you stride for?
Which heart are you talking about?
Oh my god.
Do you have more than one?
I mean,
Wait,
I have a
uh,
collection.
Do
The
you
one in
once
your
you
body.
eat him?
Sorry, you guys spoke at the same time.
I said, do you mean ones you've eaten?
I'd never eat a heart. That's disgusting. I save them for later.
For what later?
Oh, you never know when you're gonna need something, right?
How are you preserving them?
Poorly. They deteriorate quick.
Okay.
But I learn a little more every time. So
That was good.
I am stressed.
I just need to reiterate that info is unhinged, and using him as a source of information is not always ideal.
Despite his name.
Yeah, it's really ironic there.
A little bit.
Like a title, right? Honorific.
Yeah.
Info, you've brought us up a lot of good points, and I think we need to have a discussion amongst ourselves real quick.
About how much better the world would be under Dante's rule of the Thalens.
Oh, undoubtedly.
Those seem to be our only two options. Crazy person, or, fair old Dante.
Mm-hmm. Actually, wait, I have one more question. Do you know how the portal closes when Thalen comes through? Is it just like the act of someone coming through that does it, or what? Or does he have the power to close it?
Essentially, if the portal only exists because there was an opening when Thalen found a loophole on how to come out. Once he is fully materialized on our plane, then it closes.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I think we're gonna have a group chat over there.
Good call. We'll leave again in 10. He holds up 5 fingers.
Okay.
Make it 12
Alright.
minutes.
He holds up 8 fingers. He's like, "You got it, buddy."
Once he's away, I've a new...
He kind of walks away with Cradle, just mumbling stuff. He's like, "I thought we weren't telling anybody about that." It's like, you never know what these guys are gonna find out.
Does it sound like to anyone else like the best idea might be to let Thalen come back and then kill him?
Yes, that's what
Yeah.
I was thinking. I'm thinking now that maybe Thalen's hearth, maybe in the people there, they have seen the Seraph's call, and the answer was Dante taking over, and the only way to stop him was by bringing Thalen himself.
Wait, but we would need a
I have
Titan.
qualms about this plan.
Yeah.
We need to get it.
Hold on.
There is an issue of needing a
Hang
Triton.
on.
we would need a Triton that we would then sacrifice. I'm not cool with that.
But think about it, we could have, instead of Zephyrin, we could have a powerful person named Thalen instead.
I think
God damn
Zephyr
it, Sal.
punches Salazar. He's like,
I mean,
Where do you
Zephyrin-
punch him?
Zephyrin,
Zephyrin, you-
I don't know, just like in the arm. Like she's just like,
Okay,
man.
we're not gonna roll for damage, but if you punch him anywhere else, it would have made you.
I was tempted to punch him in the dangly bit, but
the dangly bit.
Oh my god.
punch him in his light.
Put him out on the
Punch his light
commission or
out.
whatever.
Zephyrin,
I mean,
I'm
come on,
only
Zephyrin.
making a joke. I will not sacrifice you, of course. You have become a
It was
valuable
not funny.
friend. No, it was not.
Come on, Zephyrin, think about it. You've read the stories. You know the end. For every glorious hero is the moment of sacrifice to save
she
the
punches
world.
Elodius too.
I might have deserved that.
I mean, it's all good and all, like, to try to, like, make it so that neither of them take over the town, but, like, what, like, options do we have?
We go get the dragon and we wait until they're both on the table. And then we just
On the
take them
table.
both out with the dragon.
What are
Okay,
you
but
talking
that-
about?
That still requires Triton to be sacrificed so we can bring
Yeah.
him back first.
But they
That's-
info said they're getting close, so maybe they have a different Triton.
If we're
That's
lucky.
Is that
I mean,
the right
technically-
word for it?
Well, hold on.
Right. Zephyr's just thinking, it was like, if we're lucky, they will have captured one of my people.
Yeah.
Technically,
Maybe it's just
I
some
don't
really,
think
really
sacrificing.
bad Triton.
Oh, you know who they could catch though? What was your character's what was your character's name, Ryan?
Yeah,
Vitrol.
Because that would be something.
yeah, we could get rid of that guy. Fuck that guy.
That guy who did nothing wrong.
Guy
Vitrus.
who did plenty wrong.
Vitrus Namor.
Citrus.
We pull out an eel instead.
How does Thalen feel about being a talking eel?
He doesn't
Probably.
hate it.
Yes, he probably loves it. In fact, change of plans.
I feel like being a talking eel is only something that's cool when your baseline is eel.
Not talking eel. Got it.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe. Anyway, I don't know. Like, yeah, I can't talk. Sacrificing anyone, I don't want to do if I could avoid it. But either way, if we don't, but the town's completely annihilated either way.
So the main thing we need to do then is find out how to close the portals to the underworld?
Huh.
Are you asking me? Or are you asking them?
Oh, that was said in character. In
I think, right? Wouldn't that... So destroy the portal? Is that the consensus?
Kadash, is there anything in the book about portals?
There is nothing in the book about portals.
Damn.
Oh.
Wait, but then wouldn't the people still be terrorized by the heart?
What do you mean? Are you asking me?
No, I'm asking like the party in general. I'm saying character.
Well, I mean, if we have to destroy the heart to stop Thalen, which is why the portal would stay around. Then we need to close the portal, so...
So destroy the heart, then destroy the portal?
Yes, but I mean, I feel like shooting a portal with magic isn't going to close it, it's just going to cause the magic to go through the portal.
But if we, like, yeeted the heart into the portal, it would be like Thalen went through, and then it would close.
What is that?
That is actually a good idea.
It actually is a good idea, but how
What
are we
was
supposed
that
to carry
word
it
you
around?
used?
Yeeted.
I mean, I know what you said.
Yeeted.
Yeeted. Oh, that is an interesting word. I like the sound of it.
I hate it. I think it is foul on your tongue.
It means to throw aggressively. Is that correct?
Yes, and to take aggressively is yoink.
What?
Okay, but is
Clearly you know yoink.
Wait, do you not know
Yoink.
yoink?
No, what the fuck is that?
Oh
You
my
take
god,
some
this is on the
yoink,
bingo
you
card, guys.
yoink it.
Wait,
Oh,
any-
yoink. Oh, yeah.
Okay, never mind.
I keep checking stuff off, but you already won. But that's
Was
I thought it was like a
Just the-
slang.
Yeah,
and not
I
like a
closed my
yoink.
bingo card.
Yeah, I
So
figured it
would you
out.
say yeeted is more about accuracy or distance?
Distance.
Oh, good to know.
just the confidence in it.
Distance.
Definitely
Definitely
distance.
distance.
Not about accuracy. Definitely not.
It doesn't matter how far it's thrown, just so far. It's as
No, it
far as
doesn't matter
far.
where it's thrown, just so
Just
long
how
as it's
far.
thrown hard.
Anyway, either way, if anyone touches the heart of Thalen, like, who knows what could happen. We need like a reliable way to transport it.
I can touch the
It does.
heart.
Can you though?
Actually, you're one of two people here I think can't touch the heart. I don't think it'll technically do, maybe not do anything to the rest of us. I have no solid evidence on that, though.
Yeah.
What
Can we
is...
get some, like, magical tongs? Just like,
Okay, the one thing we should keep in mind is they've moved it multiple times.
yeah.
So you can move it, we just don't know how.
Question. And I don't know, this might be a meta question. When we first found the heart, was that the portal that we found, or was that like the actual heart?
It did not look portally to you, to what you would assume portal to look like.
Okay.
It would have had to have been the heart, right? Because you just touched a portal. I don't think that's
Right.
what it.
But there
Yeah,
was no
it didn't-
physical form of it, right?
No, it was like a purple glowing orb between two metal arches.
And when I touched it, did I kind of just like touch air, like purple air?
Yeah, you touched the space that the light resides within.
I do not think that you will be able to yeet this heart. That was disgusting for me to say. I threw up in my mouth a little
You didn't
bit.
say it right.
Yeah, I'm not going to do this again with you. I'm very angry. So, I remember when I touched it the first time, there was no physical form to it. It was just as if I were touching air.
Maybe we have to move the arches.
It
But-
would make sense. If
For-
they're what's containing it, then perhaps they're what hold what you could move to move it.
I think didn't I try that? Didn't I put my net over the one side of it and try to pull it?
I don't recall.
It was so long ago. I don't remember.
I'm saying no just because I don't remember.
Just a reminder from me, really quick. If we do everything Dante everything Dante's way, what happens? Just to clarify.
Out of character.
I'm asking
dwarves.
exactly.
The dwarves go to hell. They make weapons with hellfire, and then they arm the Furbolgs, who is Dante's army, and they want to rule the world.
All right, here's a crazy question. Okay, I've seen this before. Crazy idea.
Is this in character?
Yes.
Okay.
No. I'm thinking it, and then I hate it. Okay.
Could you clarify how you've seen this before?
What? No. Anyway. Okay, fine.
It
I'll
has something
clarify.
to do with this sword.
No.
Please
well,
explain your entire backstory at length. We
No,
have
thank you.
several minutes.
All right.
When you were a boy.
Back when I was fighting as a soldier, there was this army that we were constantly fighting called, like, I mean, they don't really have an official name, but we called them the Warriors of Chaos. I think I mentioned this once before. They literally had that kind of thing. They had the power of chaos and, like, the gods of chaos on their side. They were unstoppable. It was insane. Eventually, armies gathered up and, like, attacked as one single force and eventually destroyed them. But, like, it was almost a fluke. Crazy idea. What if like we try to get like how many Furbolgs are there? If the force of Furbolgs isn't that big, I know. Yeah.
Did he mispronounce that comment?
Yeah, I did. There it is.
It was a whole sentence.
Yep. You know.
Keep going.
I don't want it anymore. If it's not that many of them, maybe we could like just defeat the Furbolgs. If I'm saying that word correctly, I probably not. I am? Okay, good. Anyway, we can like not us particularly, like an army could defeat them just like back in the day, and maybe that could work. I mean, I don't want any instant life loss, but if it's easier than either one, destroying everything.
Well, I mean, that kind of sounds like where it'll go to if this comes up anyways, because, I mean, if an army starts walking around with hellfire weapons, someone will probably try and stop it, but we kind of just want to get it, nipped in the bud.
Yeah. I mean, if there's an easy answer, that'd be great, but...
If it comes down to we fight with an army against a different army, and it sounds like we'll just be switching sides around a lot here.
I mean, there probably is an alliance of free people or whatever across the continent still. I don't know. It's been like God knows how long since I've been there, so I have no idea if they still have that alliance, but
How old are you?
What?
How old are you?
An age, I'm like 20.
Like 20.
Yeah, like 20. I lost count.
God knows how long ago you were over there.
Like, I don't know, like 6 years ago.
6 years ago. That would make you 14 fighting as a soldier in the war.
Yes.
As a leader, I think you were.
Oh, man, not on 14. Fuck. No, yep.
Only... I hear it's rude to ask somebody their age.
Yeah.
I think that is a thing for, like, specific types of people who like to pretend they're younger than they are.
Yes, like
now. Wouldn't that be Rob, though?
Yes.
Rob does want to pretend he's younger than he is, but I'm also curious.
That's okay, but shh.
I think we can delve into his past more when this is all said and done, yes?
Good idea.
All right, so 27 years ago, when you were 32, what was that like, Edward? Or Edward, Rob.
Edward.
I don't know.
Who is this Edward you speak of?
All right, so info starts to kind of rally the troops. Everybody packs up and starts.
So as they're starting to rally up, I look at Elodius. Elodius, we are out of time. What do you think we should do?
I think we have to go forward as we planned for now, but if we can somehow find a possibility, then perhaps putting the heart through the portal will work. I think Zephyr's idea was good. It's just, I don't know how dangerous that might be. Not that this whole situation isn't already incredibly dangerous with countless people trying to murder us.
I just feel as though no matter what, we lose.
Well, that's what makes it a good start, though, isn't it? You pull it out in the end anyway.
Oh, I don't pull out.
That is not what I
Oh
meant.
man.
That
Nice moment until Ryan spoke.
Okay, so like, as a stater, obviously I'm very familiar with, the activities. But you're a fish. Do fish
That was the stabbing motion with my sword, yes.
You put the shrimp into calamari, is what he's trying to say?
You all have seen me stab someone several times and then keep them pinned.
Is that not what you meant to imply about pulling out?
No, my sword. What are you implying?
Never mind, let's go.
Okay. They retake their formation.
I look at Zephyr to see if she understands what he's talking about.
Oh.
I'm trying to figure out if Triton, how... I've never thought about the mating rituals of Triton before.
Listen,
Well,
Triton definitely fuck. They look like humans with...
This is Triton After Dark.
Yeah, I think Zephyr is like blushing, so she's turned like purple. I guess, along her.
She's just trying to bury a beetle.
Yeah, she's like, nope, not listening.
In a desperate attempt to move past this, Dylan, is there a way for me to roll just a straight history check to see if there's a third faction that we're forgetting about as a group?
It's fine.
Right now we have the people that want to bring Thalen back, and then the people that want to see Dante succeed. And then the dwarves are there as a third party to basically feed off Dante succeeding and giving weapons to her army. Is there a third faction that we're forgetting about NPC-wise that might be on a different plane?
There's the other revolutionaries that, to the best of your knowledge, have been taken captive within Dalen's Heart by the people that Penn was with, or supposed to be with.
And we don't know where they are?
No.
Okay. Maybe when we get
Your best guess previously was the church.
The church?
Yeah, that's what you guys had guessed before. I don't know if that was after the game when you talked to me about it.
For the revolutionaries? I thought the church was where the cult was.
Yeah, I thought that's what we
Well,
were.
kind of both, because we kind of assumed that most of the revolutionaries have been captured.
Oh shit, we don't even know where the heart even is.
No, we don't.
No, because they've moved it a few times.
We've said a
Eddie
few
is the
times.
last to catch on.
Hey, that's on the list. Did I?
Wait a second. Okay.
It's like we're going through this whole plan and we don't even know where the heart is, like, at all. We're never gonna find it.
Next thing you're gonna tell me Thalen was a Triton or something.
What's a Triton?
Nothing. What's a Triton with you? So every take stance on the road again, and begins to start walking. When you hear this faint from the nearby tree line.
Who hears that?
Just each of you.
We all look simultaneously.
We all look,
at the same time.
You just
Dramatic gopher turn.
One head at a time.
Boop, 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 boop.
You see Penn once again holding Soup Bones, no longer tied to his back.
Can you describe better how he's holding him, please?
Cradled in his arms, kind of like limped over. Again, just imagine a blow-up doll.
Face up or face down?
Eddie, you know what those look like. And
Face up or face down?
his
It's
face
important.
is that way because it's hanging over. So like his
It's
torso
like
is within his arms.
shoulder?
No, he's holding him like this, legs
Okay.
dangling, head dangling. So he's
Right, but
facing
is
out,
he
So face
ass
down.
up or is he ass down?
ass down.
Okay.
Yeah,
So face up, gotcha.
Yeah,
Okay.
face up.
face left. But yeah.
Yeah, his
Right.
face is
Correct.
dangling,
Yeah.
but his ass is down.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm so
Got-
glad I
just gotta
decided
Just gonna
play
make
this
sure
game
that
with
we're
my
oriented
hands.
correctly.
So glad we know where his soup ass is.
Hello.
You just hear him loudly whisper, loud enough that everyone can hear. He's doing a very bad job. Just like,
the curator's not here, right?
No.
No,
Correct.
but
he just timidly like, oh, okay, and he like comes out. He's like, I didn't think so, but I didn't want to risk it. And he just starts walking with you as though like he was meant to the whole time.
Hey, Pen, are you coming with us for the raid on the city?
Pen, quietly, do you know where the revolutionaries are?
You're probably where I was, I guess.
what was that?
The Trog.
So remember, he had previously stated a few sessions back, like a dozen sessions ago, I guess now, that he was taken captive and then released.
Oh,
So
I do remember that.
Oh,
Do you remember where they were keeping you held captive?
I specifically remember the room. I did not see the building.
Did you see a couple arches with a glowing purple orb inside of it?
That's weirdly specific, but no. Wait. No.
Are you
Damn.
sure? Think harder.
Oh God. The room hitting me. Ow, ow, ow. I don't know nothing. Wait, I really think he doesn't know nothing. If you die in the Trog, you die for real.
Did they say that?
They were trying to explain to me how people died. I misunderstood. Nope, nothing.
Would you by chance be able to at all show us the general area, maybe, where they held you captive?
It was definitely in Valen's heart.
Was it near the church?
Anything more specific than that?
Wood floors, shoddily done molding, if you ask me. Old paint.
So it's an old.
Does that sound familiar to us?
it's the whole.
Does that just sound like the whole town?
that could be anything.
Thank you, Pen. You are such a help.
Thanks.
What do you mean by die for real in the Trog?
I mean, I guess with them not being able to kill anybody, I wasn't sure what their motive was. But then when they started threatening everyone, I was like, but not like die, right? And then they were like, yep. And I guess I misunderstood the purpose of the safe haven.
Yes, see, the safe haven is typically, kept secret. It's not safe because no one can physically kill you. It's safe because you're supposed to be a secret.
Yeah, no, definitely my bad there. Might be why everybody got caught. I'm not going to worry about it too much.
Well, that is something you should probably worry about.
Oh, God, are you serious? Because I thought it was, but then I didn't, and now you're saying I do. So,
Oh, yes, no, you've definitely made life worse for a lot of people.
Oh, God, what?
He literally falls to his knees. Soup wants to, ow.
Hey, Pen, if you don't believe, you can.
God, I killed them all. Oh, my God.
They're probably held captive. They're probably not dead yet.
Oh, God, I've almost killed them all. Oh,
You've
God.
almost killed them all. Do you think you'd be able? If you don't think you'd be able to lead us to where we could save them, then why are you here?
Because all my friends are gone, and you're the only other people I know. Other than
Okay,
Soup
well,
Bones.
we're going to be going into a very dangerous situation, so it might be better if you're not here.
Well, where else am I going to go?
I don't know. The tree seems nice right now.
Yeah, we tried that.
What's wrong with the tree?
A lot of them aren't standing anymore. They needed a clearer sight line, I guess.
Oh. Oh. Hey. Oh, I guess the glade is where
Yeah.
Yeah.
curator is. I was going to say conductor for like the millionth time.
Close enough.
Conductor.
About an hour. Hoo-wee, we're back.
We almost made it through a whole stream without that happening.
Hey, does
Almost
anyone
made
know
it.
where we can put Pen?
Preferably not on the front lines. I'm more of a stay in the back and get 'em kind of guy.
Well, see, I think the most important thing, though, is you need to protect Soup Bones.
Soup Bones is like,
I can take care of myself.
Soup Bones, shut up. See, Pen, if you come in with us, you would be putting Soup Bones directly into danger.
to clarify that you guys are walking while this conversation is happening.
Well,
I didn't
absolutely.
think that we picked back up with movement because I thought this was still part of like the break that Info had everyone take.
Everybody had collected themselves and started back up on the road. That's
Gotcha.
when,
Cool.
so, just wanted to make that abundance that yet. What's up?
Pen, you would be leading Soup Bones directly into danger if you brought him in with us. You need to go somewhere where you can keep him safe.
I think we're safe with you guys.
Okay,
I don't
just
know if that's ever been...
we can just let him stay. If he dies, he dies.
Hey, don't worry, I'm not in the truck. I'll be fine.
You can die outside of the drug.
Oh my god, where can't you die?
Well, you can't die in the afterlife.
Oh, good call. Let's go there.
Pen,
Oh, see, you get there
So
by
there's
dying.
there's safety in death.
Pen, you seem to be dropping a lot of very specific hints. I'm going to ask you a very, very clear question. Be honest with me, as honest as you can be. How many more plot-specific details do you have in your brain that we are not asking about?
Probably only like one or two.
Are there any pointed questions that we could ask?
What
clear-
line
to
of
bring that to
questioning should we use to clarify anything we might be missing?
I mean, who's to say? I think you're getting hung up on the wrong details.
That's usually our MO,
This might
yeah.
just-
Sounds about right.
Pretty on the
This
level
is how
for
we've
us.
got here, I think.
So maybe think outside of the box and not just worry about the dumb stuff I'm saying, and think about the dumb stuff I'm not saying.
What is some of the dumb stuff you're not saying?
That's a great question. Can you be more clear?
No.
Does it have anything to do with werewolves like we have talked about in the first session?
Oh, man,
gosh,
I'm
you know
gonna
about the werewolves?
fucking strangle you. God damn it.
Oh,
Oh.
how would you say that you feel currently, Eddie? Would you say you hate everyone?
Oh, I definitely do. Yeah.
Could you
Is that
say
close?
that in different words?
I definitely have bingo by now.
Oh my god, someone
I
knocked on my
just
door.
stopped tracking.
It just all happens
Someone
at
just-
once.
Someone
Yes.
just opened your door?
Someone knocked on my door, so that's good.
I'm pulling my shit
Alright,
back up. I
so-
gotta double check.
This conversation continues until you notice that the furbolgs pick up pace. You can see off in the distance Thalen's Hearth. The entrance is completely different than how you initially saw it. They're just a ridiculous amount of trees knocked over, not used for anything, just taken down, almost as if it's...
Sorry.
What?
Nothing. Don't worry about it. Keep going.
What was that? Did someone come into your room while you were streaming?
Sounded like someone came into the room when it was streaming.
Sounded like
Where are those
somebody-
bingo cards?
I definitely had bingo, by the way.
Do we have
Um,
a Tim Hortons here?
Do you?
I don't know.
I mean, Kyle
Doesn't matter.
already-
Let's set the scene. Where are we at? Let's go. Go.
So these furbolgs are probably pissed, right? Because of all the trees down and stuff. Is that why they're marching fast?
I don't know if they're part of Dante's army. Then I don't know that they care.
My audio put out there. Sorry, I can hear what Dane said.
Oh, if I can gather that why the furbolgs picked up pace is because of the crimes against nature that have happened. Eddie's
Hey,
webcam is off.
Hey.
That's a webcam
Eddie.
failure. That is
Woo!
bingo again for me. That is double bingo I now have.
I'm
The
very
furbolgs
close to
speak
double
for the
bingo in
trees.
multiple places.
Furbolgs are the Lorad.
I'm gonna. Eddie, can you hear us?
Yeah, I hear you guys.
Okay. Should I wait for Eddie to come back before I say anything else? Should I just continue? I'm gonna lay this.
No, you're good. I hear and see everything. Just give me a second.
So, no, their distress is not from, or their not running because the trees are knocked over. I'm just the trees all been cut down to create a barricade around the woods that you guys initially entered from. There are other man-made spiked barricades laying around the town. You can see that they have narrowed the entranceways on both sides, so the only way in and out that you can visibly see right now, aside from the coastline, would be the road into Thalen's Heart. They are picking up pace, and as you look in the distance, you see people running back towards the Furbolgs as well.
From the city?
From Thalen's Heart.
Does the running seem like erratic? Does it seem like
Charge?
control? Yeah, like
it seems controlled.
Or...
They're charging towards them. Like
weapons drawn?
Weapons drawn.
Fight's about to start.
Does it seem like a good place to call it?
Sorry?
Does it seem like a good place to call it?
We will call it in 1 second.
Okay.
You hear Soup Bones make like an audible like yell, as like something like bestial and guttural coming from within, as you for the first time see him turn back into a person.
We've got 15 minutes. Let's go.
So Soup Bones is absolutely shredded, like arms bulging through the shirt, and then just starts screaming "Wah!" as he runs in, keeping in pace with the Furbolgs. As the two forces clash, the Furbolgs just start grabbing weapons and trying to disarm these people, or Soup Bones completely just like disregarding the safety of anybody, is with his own two hands just bashing people's heads in. This is not without casualty on your side, with the Furbolgs doing their best to incapacitate the others. They are greatly outnumbered, and they're being stabbed and cut, and all sorts of damage is also being done to your side. Penn is just watching in awe as his soupy best friend decimates the crowd. And that's where we're going to leave off for the day.
Oh, man. You know, I was really hoping that Soup Bones was going to be like our secret weapon. So thank you for that. On a scale of 1 to 10, how hot is he?
Soup?
Yeah, DM, is he hot?
Yeah.
Is he hot?
He is hot. Like, he looks like he could be like a Hemsworth, you know?
Hot soup.
Nice.
Gotcha.
Oh, a Hemsworth hot.
One of the important Hemsworths, or
Oh, the most important Hemsworth.
wow,
Like, I know it's more important than a Chris, but he's
exactly.
he's up there. But yeah.
So, like, if
He's-
Chris Hemsworth didn't exist, he would be the stand-in for Thor?
Yeah, he is Era's version of Chris Hemsworth.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, that's where we're going to leave it off. The battle has commenced. Again, as I had said, the Furbolgs are greatly outnumbered, but they are holding up to what I said before. They are merely disarming or knocking out. They're going for blunt blows with their weaponry, mostly armed with staves, halberds, and like hitting with the pole end of their weapons. So we'll back up on that next time. So for those of you who are like, these guys are definitely going to kill people, you feel relieved that they are not partaking in that. Murder. Yeah. Cool. Other than that, let's talk about some cool stuff that you guys do. Serena.
Oh, that's me. I stream over on Stella Luna's channel. We have a D&D game we were supposed to start this Friday, but we pushed it to next Friday. So Friday nights you can catch us there playing Unbound. And also Thursday nights I play on my channel now, and I've been playing some video games, multiplayer, mostly survival games with my friend Cables. So come check us out over there.
You're playing multiplayer games?
Yeah.
Ryan, when did she invite you to play multiplayer games?
Never. I think
Never.
I keep checking my mail, It's not
Your
fair.
mail? Well, that's because I sent it in the post, so it's gonna take a while.
It's
Post
gonna
office.
be. It's gonna be a bit.
It's gonna be a while.
Okay, that's understandable then. I don't know where mine is either, so.
Also,
We're
lost in
just
the mail.
sitting here with our full streaming setups, you know.
Spend
All
a
right,
lot of money.
well, Eddie and Dane don't do anything, so don't worry about them.
Nope.
You can catch them here every 2 weeks. Actually, Eddie is.
Yeah, I'd say.
Yeah, we got a new thing. Hang on, let Eddie talk about his new thing.
Oh, Eddie's got a new thing?
No.
Eddie,
Eddie's
talk about your
offended.
Eddie. You got it. You have to now. You're
Um,
legally contracted to talk about it.
Okay, so I guess when we're not doing this every Sunday, me and Ryan, mostly me, are doing a painting stream where I paint. Sorry, when I paint houses and stuff, and stuff things in my belly button. Apparently,
You had to be there. It made sense.
yeah, in context it makes sense.
It's a very specific audience that it's
Yeah, yep, there sure is. People
To be
want to see me
clear,
suffer.
Do we
You're
need to get you a
painting,
hot
like-
tub?
You're
Maybe.
painting like terrain houses, right? You're not going and like painting.
He's
Serena's
painting
Yeah, I'm
his
painting-
bedroom.
I put in my bedroom and I'm painting houses like this right now, but eventually when those are done, I'm gonna paint like little.
work his way up to real houses.
Yeah. I've been painting houses
That's
for a
what
long
they
Want to
time.
come paint my house, please?
Man, no.
Yeah, I heard there's only like 16 more hours of work or something for that.
Oh God, yeah. Hate to be
Yeah.
you. Anyway, so that's what I've been doing now. And I also, was there something else? Was there a second
When are you
thing?
streaming that next?
Huh? Next
Hopefully
next Sunday when we're not. Yeah, next Sunday when
Okay, last time it was on a Thursday, so I was just wondering.
Yeah, that's when we were first doing it, but.
It was
We
our
decided
that was
to
our
do it.
test swim.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so cool. Yeah, no, it was actually a lot of fun. I was
Oh
in the
man,
chat
it
a
was
little bit.
it was so fun.
It was
way
wild.
better than what we do here. It was.
Yeah, it was totally off the wall bonkers.
It was fucking insane.
Man, it was really good.
Ryan, you can catch him at Session 0, making cool stuff. I know there's more in the works that he's not really talking about now, but definitely check out Spring Line.
And
Ryan, anything
also,
else?
yeah, Dungeon Crate. Go subscribe to Dungeon
Oh yeah.
Crate. My game Outlast should be coming out in the next couple of weeks if you were able to subscribe for July's box. But after that, I'm going to be submitting some more things to be released monthly to be used in your role-playing experience. But mainly check out the Session 0 stuff. I got a few new designs hopefully coming out by the end of summer to get ready for some cold weather merch. Maybe some sweatpants for Dane that he's been asking for 8 years.
It's about to be my next question: is where the hell are my sweatpants?
I gotta think of it. We'll figure it out.
I'm a bit of a slut for a hoodie, so hit me up with that.
A hoodie. Well, I got some ideas. Didn't I send you the one?
I don't know, man. I don't listen to name talk. And then you can catch
Make
Kyle
one that's
and I-
not cease and desist worthy.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. Here's this really cool Beholder hoodie. Wizards of the Coast ban. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thank
They
you
do
for that.
have like 4 monsters you're not allowed to use.
I know,
Oh,
and I had to pick at
more
least
than
one of
that.
them.
It's
Two. I
definitely more
picked.
than-
No, I picked 2. To be clear, I picked 2. That they told me no. That's a kibosh. Anyways,
Yeah,
please.
we also had
don't
an
use
idea
your
for an
stuff.
Umber Hulk, doing like an Uber t-shirt, but Umber instead, and then that was apparently the 3rd. So,
Yeah.
got rid of that. Anyways, you can catch Kyle and I at Cantina 13. I changed our ad. It was Cantina XIII, but I thought that was cooler. But that's just complicated, and everyone thinks we're called Cantinaxi. So, how about instead just catch us at Cantina 13, spelled out like it should be. And
So does
yeah,
that mean
that's
I have to change all my promo stuff for the secret thing that we did?
No, because you spelled it that way.
Oh, I did.
Yeah, see? Why didn't I do it that way from the start? Who knows? Not this idiot. Thanks for watching. Catch us next Sunday when Eddie's painting, and the Sunday after when we see what happened with all this bloodshed. Goodbye.
Ah.
Adios.
This is our theme song here.